Oh, no. Here we go. A chance over to the near side. We're going to have to replay this horn. Down low to the near side they go. Battling for possession. Zaka in the offensive end. Going to be over there to Middlestad. Over to Zaka. Zaka, he shoots. He scores! That's a trick. Didn't have to go. Face off. And the gloves drop immediately. We got a fight breaking out here. Kostelic giving some punches up against Sam Carrick. They're right at the center ice. Gonna be a big shot and a big win by Mark Kostelic as he gets ripped down by Carrick after the fight. That's gonna be an added penalty. That's gonna be a game misconduct, I think, for Carrick. And the Devils are gonna clear that zone over to the near side. Here comes Heischer on a chance. A shot denied. Rebound shot. What a save by Carter Hart. Waiting for it is, I believe it's going to be, it's not going to be Marner in front of the net. Here comes a chance. A shot. He scores! This is going to be Paul Cotter on the first shootout. Taking it in towards the net. Going to make a shot. Deflected by Carter Hart. Jesper Bratt moving in. He takes a shot. He scores! Jesper Bratt gets the first goal of the shootout. The Devils have a 1-0 advantage. Here we go. Mark Stone. No attempts this season on the shootout. Here's his first. Moving into the near side, over to the far. He shoots and it's gloved by Jake Allen. Mitch Marner, ready to go. Taking it in from the near side. Working around with speed to the far. He goes and he scores! Oh no, did he double shoot it? Yeah, it's correct. Gloves immediately coming off. We got a fight right here at the beginning. Who is that? Is Zadorov and number 47, that's Struble, going at it right at the opening whistle. And here we go, Zadorov laying a couple of fists. And it's going to be back against the boards on the near side. A couple fists going either direction. Still clinging onto each other over on the far side. Now they're all the way back into the Bruins offensive end. Still on their feet. Still laying punches. Helmet comes off of Struble. And still laying some punches at Zadorov. And now Struble trying to get back in this fight. But Zadorov is absolutely dominating it. And they break it up on the boards. Up to the top of the zone. Over to Mantha. Intercepted. And here comes a breakaway chance for the Flames. He shoots. He scores. Connor Zary getting the first goal of the game on a breakaway after an interception. There's the goal horn. There it is. I was wondering when that was going to proc. But yeah. Going to take the draw and going to be won by the Pens. That's going to be Kindle. Up to the near side to Shea. Shea working down low. Going to try and take it behind the net. Trying to create some room. Over to the far side, to the top of the zone, over to St. Ivan. He sends a shot, deflected. Oh, I thought that was in the net. It went over to the far side. Battling down low in front of chance. A shot, and he's gone!
He will not be denied twice. He will not be denied twice.
Billy Quinn, let's freaking go. That's how you do it, my boy. Passing back over to Novak. Novak taking it around over to the far side. Going to try and connect with Chinikov if he can. But here we go. Oh, boy. Here we go over to the near side. Carlson passing across. A chance. A shot. And he scores! Guys, win! Let's freaking go, baby! Sid the kid!
Took it on his took it on his shoulder and said, let me just clear this one.
That is how you do it. Sid the kid clearing the Penguins bench. Let's let that horn sing, baby! That is how you do it. The Pens pulling a comeback win off and not blowing it. That is how you freaking do it. That is how the Pittsburgh Mother Loving Penguins do it. If they keep playing like this, we'll be covering Penguins hockey late into the summer. Let's go! The Pittsburgh Penguins getting a big overtime goal. Ready to roll. Face off in the Pens offensive end. Going to be taken back by the Red Wings. Sider along the far side boards. Up through the far side. Battling into the neutral zone. Taken back by the Pens to the near side. Here comes Crosby. Looking to pass it across. He's a chance. A shot. He's gone! Run! Russ! Front of the net, working with that puck, clearing it out. It's Kindle. A chance, a breakaway. He shoots. He scores! Igor Chinikov getting his first goal as a Penguin. Let's go, baby! 2-0 Penguins. Let's go! That is how you freaking do it. How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of JasonsRealm here today, bringing you into live play-by-play coverage and reactions to the Philadelphia Flyers taking on the Buffalo Sabres. This is going to be a huge game in the Eastern Conference. The Sabres being the hottest team as much as of late. I mean, they've been incredibly hot. This team just coming off a 10-game winning streak, and then following it up with their first loss with 3 straight wins after that. They are 13-2 in their last 15 games. They are about the hottest team I could think of in the NHL right now. But the Flyers have been a pretty steady force all year. I haven't really seen too many massive ups, too many massive downs. They've just been there. They haven't been explosive, but they haven't been really bad either. They've been very consistent throughout the year. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this game here. But yeah, let's see here. How's it going? We got no in the chat. But we shall see. Oh man, but we are getting ready for this game. I'm expecting this game to be a very fun one. I'm anticipating a higher scoring game. We haven't had a lot of high scoring games. The Flyers are going to have a lot of pent up energy after that loss against the Lightning back on Monday. They're going to be hungry to put some goals on the board. The Sabres, I mean, they've just been lights out. Again, I mean, looking at the way they've played, they've been one of the best teams, again, as of late. If we go back into the Sabres, just to look at the Sabres, previous games beyond that. Let me just take a look here real quick. Sabres. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick on ESPN. So, as of the Sabres, I mean, in that win streak, right, in their last 5 games, let's say, they've put up 3 goals, 5 goals, 5 goals, 5 goals, 1 goal. In that winning streak, every game they put up 3 goals. So, I could very well see a 5-3, 4-3 kind of night, or more. The Sabres have been one of the most consistent teams in goals per game as of late, it seems like. So we'll see what they have in store there. Let me go ahead and pull up the same thing for the Flyers. How we feeling, everybody? But yeah, the Flyers, they've had a bit of a rough streak as of late, dropping 3 straight back-to-back to the Lightning by a combined 12-3, but it is the Lightning. The Lightning may be slightly harder than the Sabres right now, but the Sabres are more impressive because, well, they were bottom dwellers. They were bottom feeders. Then they fired the GM. But again, the Flyers, they have that potency to score. It seems like the Flyers, looking at them, are kind of boom or bust, at least as of their last 10 games. It's either been they're getting 1 or 2 goals, or they're winning the game by a margin of 3+. So, we'll see what happens. It should be a very fun game, though. I'm anticipating a close game down the wire. Taking a look at our starting goalies for this one. Let me go ahead and hit a little reload to confirm that it's the goalie I think it is. 1 second here. All right, going into our starting goalies for today. It is confirmed. It is going to be Dan Vladar for the Flyers, going up against Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for the Sabres. Should be a very fun goalie matchup. Let's go ahead and take a look at their stats as of late. Go ahead and pull them up real quick. Where's Vladar? Vladar. Where are you, buddy? Go ahead and pull up his stats. Then we'll go Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Pull up his stats for the year as well. Taking a look at our goalies, because puck drop is only 2 minutes play. Vladar on the year, 16-7-4 with a 242 goals against and a 907 save percentage. No shutouts on the year, and he did lose 2 of his last 5, but one of them was to the Lightning, and one of them was in overtime to the Maple Leafs. We got no saying, go Vladdy. Well, hey, Vladdy, apart from the last 2 games, got 3 straight wins against the Ducks, the Oilers, and the Canucks. And if we take a look at his goals against in his last 5 games, it has been fairly low. That's what, 13 goals in his last 5 games, a little over 2 goals a game. That's not bad at all. Taking a look at Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for the other end of the ice. He is 9-6-1 on the year on 16 starts. 263 goals against average and a 904 save percentage. Also looking for his first shutout of the year. Taking a look at his last 5, he has won 4 of his last 5 with his 1 loss coming against the Blue Jackets. But keep in mind, he did manage to hold the Dallas frickin' Stars to 1 goal back on New Year's Eve. So it's going to be an interesting one. And Drysdale's also back, so that should help. Drysdale, I believe I saw him in there. Yeah. Where is he? Yeah, he is. He's paired up with York on that second D pair. But we are getting ready here. The 22-14-8 Flyers at the 24-16-4 Sabres. That's the nice thing is that I keep track of the lines going into every game. So we got all the names that are not on my call sheet, all the offensive lines, defensive pairs, and the 2 goalies. So I can always reference what I need when I need it. Pair with these beauties. But yeah, we are getting ready here. Drysdale back in the fold for the Flyers. A big, big game for them, but we are getting ready here for the opening puck drop. You guys will see, we might have goal horns proc a bit before we call it because the game's already started down here, and it just had the opening draw won by the Flyers on the TV. Over to the near side, going to dump it into the offensive end, and it's going to be a Flyers icing. All right, so Flyers icing, 7 seconds into the game. Going to take that puck into the Sabres offensive end. How's it going, Egg? Taking a look at these two teams again. They are both 1 point out of a playoff spot, both having played the same number of games. So this is a must-win for either team, especially considering it feels like the entire Eastern Conference is in playoff mode, and it's only January 14th. But with how tight it is, it feels like every game is a playoff. But here we go. Flyers win the draw over to the near side. Working with it up along the boards if they can move it out, but the Sabres take it back. Off of the stick there of Benson, working it around behind the net again. Back over to the far side. Benson going to give chase to the top of the zone. Working with it now off of the stick there of Samuelson. Back in down low. Going to be taken along the boards by the Flyers. Back in behind the net. Over to the far side they go. Giving chase out there is going to be Travis Sanheim. But the Buffalo Sabres keeping it in the zone. I almost hit the Bills. Working around the near side, back into the defensive end. The Sabres will have it. Sabres going from left to right. Flyers from right to left. As they're taking a look at your starting lines up there on the top of the screen. But with that puck here, the Sabres to the near side. Off of the stick now of Josh Doan into the offensive end. Chasing down to the corner. Puck goes loose along the boards. A nice clear effort by Cam York. And the Sabres going to have to chase it back into their own defensive end. Working with that puck to the far side. The Flyers in the offensive end if they can maintain possession over to the near side. A battle for that puck going to be taken by Owen Power and the Sabres over to the far side they go. Wing to wing towards the offensive end, giving chase. Here's your chance in the offensive end. I believe that's Norris over to the far side. Still battling and taken back by the Flyers, but taken back by the Sabres. And finally, Philadelphia going to be able to clear this one out of the zone. Up into the offensive end they go with possession, looking for some help. Top of the zone there, going to be to Andre. And a chance, trying to wrap it around, not able to. Nice job by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to take down the attacking Flyers player. Over to the top of the zone they go. Working with it now, sending it down low on the far side. Chance in front, not able to get a redirect off of the stick there of Dvorak. Up to the top of the zone. Working with that puck, passing along the far side there from Nick Seeler. Down low they go. Top of the zone gets cleared out. Late penalty coming up on the Sabres. So the Flyers are going to be, or it's a delay penalty on the Sabres, so the Flyers going on the power play. All right. 2-minute minor for hooking there. That's going to be right there on Owen Power, right before Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen hooked down Christian Dvorak. So the Sabres going to be going on the game's first power play. Let's go ahead and put that up on the board. And here we go. Ready to roll. 18:08 to go in the first period, and we have our first power play of the evening. Look at Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Flyers have the power play over on the near side circle. Going to be taking the draw there. And it's going to be Dvorak taking the draw over to the near side, trying to win it. They do. Top of the zone, going to be kicked out by the Sabres, but the Flyers get it back. Wing-to-wing pass there from York. Back in behind now to York over to the side, trying to move it up. Again, the Flyers have not had a good power play this year, and the Sabres have had an incredible penalty kill. Into the offensive end, the Flyers looking disrupted, but a chance over to the near side boards if they can control it. Back in behind the net, over to the near side again, off of the stick there of Owen Tippett. Top of the zone, over to the far side from York. Back down low, a shot by Zegras, not going to go. Working now over to York, top of the zone, sending it down along the boards, back in behind the net to the far side it goes. Working with it now, top of the zone to the near side. Pass going to be disrupted, but still going to be taken by Tippett. Again, back up to York. Along the far side, back to York again. A chance, a shot. Going to go wide of the net. Loose puck. Right over by the goalie. And Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen able to redirect it. A tie up now in the near corner. Duke in there for the Sabres. Multiple Flyers in there as well. One of them being Konechny. But that puck going to get cleared out by the Sabres along the far side boards. 55 seconds to go on the power play. 17:02 in the first period. How's it going, John? Back in behind the net. That is going to be Drysdale. Over to the far side he goes. Connecting now, back in behind Drysdale, working with it now through center of the defensive end, passing wing to wing, across, loose puck maintained, and into the offensive end. The Flyers dump it, but the Sabres are going to try and clear it right back out again. Kept into the top of the zone by Sanheim, over to the far side, into the corner, battling for that puck. 25 seconds left on that power play. Working with it now, clearing it all the way out. How's it going, Tromboner? And now back in behind the net of Vladar, going to be, that is Drysdale with the puck. Over through the defensive end to the near side he goes, into the offensive end, looking to move it around, not able to control it is Grabenkin. Over to the near side, tie up in the corner, 5 seconds to go on that power play to the far side. The puck is going to be cleared all the way out, and that will kill the power play. 16:05 to go in this first period. We're going to play it over to the far side, back in behind the net. And the Flyers now to the near side, off of the stick of Couturier. Bring it up now, Couturier. Over to the far side, into the offensive end they go. Back in the corner. Going to be coming away with it is going to be Hathaway. Back in behind the net, sending it to Flyers, still trying to maintain it. If they can, to the top of the zone. Puck goes back into the defensive end. Giving chase, they're going to be Nick Seeler. Working with it, Andre as there as well, but going to be taken by the Sabres. A big check delivered along the boards. Over to the top of the zone, and the Sabres have control, moving it into the offensive end if they can. Bodies collide, goes into the corner, going to be taken by Nick Seeler. The far side, he sends it up through center into the offensive end, but the Sabres take it right back over to the near side. That's going to be there to Owen Power. Into the offensive end, Power taking it along the near side, taken back by the Flyers, moving it up now off of the stick there. I believe it's going to be off of number 10, off of Bobby Brink. Back into the corner they go. Over to the far side, working with it, going to be Tippett. High up behind the net, over to the near side they go. Up to the top of the zone, still working with it, circling around. Tippett, shot. Nice glove save by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. And hi, hope everyone's having a nice evening, or whatever time of day it is for you. Yes, sir. We are all having a great day, I would say so. At least I would feel like it. Feels like a good day. But if you guys are enjoying the stream here real quick while we're at the whistle, drop a like, drop a sub. Always greatly appreciated. We're 2 subs away from that next minor goal. I was working on editing some Madden clips since I'm new to this lull, but I got a funny short. I might put it in the Discord later. I want to see it. Taking a look here, near side draw, and it's going to be Rasmus Dahlin with the puck for the Sabres, working it along the near side, of wing to pass. Up through center, the Sabres taking it into the offensive end, trying to move it around, down low, back in behind the net to the near side, giving chases Josh Norris. But in there is Andre for the Flyers. Puck goes back in behind the net, and it's going to be a chase into the far side. Josh Doan there, but ultimately going to be tied up and kicked out of the zone there, off of the stick there of a Jamie Drysdale. Into the far corner they go, behind the net, the Sabres with possession, off the stick of Dahlin. Actually, we got a whistle. That's going to be icing. Wow. I did not think that was going to be icing, but they called icing on it. Wow. Convinced them to talk. I don't know if that was icing. But it is going to be icing on the Flyers. Sabres have an offensive zone draw. Okay. So here we go. We got Chris saying Buffalo wins Super Bowl. Bills got Super Bowl. Up to the top of the zone, we got a false straw. But we will be live for some NFL coverage this weekend as well. We got 2 games on the docket. We got the Sunday slate, the Bears and Rams, and the Texans Patriots. But here we go. Far side circle draw. And we'll see. It's in the Buffalo Sabres offensive end. I keep trying to say Buffalo Bills. I'm having to stop myself because I've not covered the Sabres. But here we go. Far side circle draw. Samuelson in there for the Sabres at the top of the zone. Taking it is going to be over to the far side off of the stick of McLeod. Going to be won by the Flyers. Over to the near side. They move it. Off of the stick thereof. Going to be number 46, Zegras. Up into the offensive end. A chance. Almost a trip. Not going to get a tripping call, though. And the Sabres going to clear it out. Over to the near side, wing-to-wing pass, the Flyers with possession. Over to the far side, into the offensive end. They're going to send it, working with it now, into the corner, giving chase. Back in behind the net, looking to try and move it around. Off of the stick of Grabenkin, top of the zone. Flyers with a chance. Moving a shot for Grabenkin. Words are hard by Grabenkin. And a big save by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. My mind was moving faster than my mouth on that one, but it was a great chance by Grabenkin. Man, Tippett with a beautiful shot, or a beautiful pass to Grabenkin. Beautiful shot and a glove save. Robbing Grabenkin of that easy goal. Wow. As in the NFL chat, we'll take a look at it here in a little bit. Definitely take a look at it, Tromboner. But if you guys are enjoying the stream again, man, we're trying to see if we can hit 1,000 subs by the end of the Stanley Cup Finals. That would be kind of crazy. So, see if we can do it. Man, it's gonna be a funny, funny short in the big video. We'll have to take a look. Speaking of shorts, I released a short earlier today about the, about what our AI chatbot said. And my dad talked about the Steelers blowing games. That was an interesting situation. Oh my gosh. But we shall see. Take a look around the rest of the NHL. By the way, I did make a fantasy pickup for tonight. I picked up I picked up Mark Stone of the Vegas Golden Knights. And Sabres started season kind of slow, but have really stepped it up lately. Would love to see Buffalo in the playoffs this year. Absolutely. Buffalo has been out of the playoffs for far too long. And all of this happened after they finally got rid of that GM that was doing nothing for them. They finally got rid of him, brought in someone new, and the results speak for themselves. Their last 15 games, they've been 15-2 or 13-2. I mean, 13-2-0 over 15 games is incredible. I mean, even the Penguins couldn't match that. So, the only team I'd really say that could go toe-to-toe with that kind of a record is the Lightning as of right now, as they have won their last 11. But still, the Sabres have been absolutely incredible. Sorry, but Aaron Rodgers has some pretty funny expressions. Did you hear the news that came out today? He listens, if this is true, he supposedly listens to dolphins having sex as therapy. That's therapy to Rodgers. Oh. You never know what Rodgers is going to say. Oh my gosh. So here we go. Looking at that draw to the far side in the Flyers offensive zone. Going to be battled along the boards, down low into the corner behind the net now. Loose to the near side boards. Paddling along there, trying to move it up. Tied up, trying to see who's going to come away with it. A big check there. In there is going to be number 48, Kozak, for the Sabres. Be part of the group to free it away, but the Flyers take it back. Shot from the corner. Loose over to the near side. Nice defensive move by the Sabres skaters to get that puck out of danger. And the Sabres are going to be moving with that puck over to the far side in the defensive end through center. Racing into the offensive end, and there's a chance. Here's your shot, and the Sabres can't control that puck. Going to be loose and taken back by Noah Juleson. The far side. Now to the near side. Flyers with the puck. Off of the stick there. Never mind. Loose into the neutral zone. Off of the stick there was Grundstrom. Involved in that, but battling now to the near side. Steeler over to the far side to Juleson. Wilson trying to move it over to the near side. Loose again. The Sabres giving chase. And that puck going to get cleared out of the zone. All the way down they go. And it's going to be Flyers icing. Man. I really hope Indiana wins. We'll be rooting for Indiana. We'll be live for that game. We'll be live Monday night. Indiana's going to demolish everyone in February. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to try to go live for a few of them games. Let's see if we can go live for a few of them. But here we go. Near side draw. Face-off going to be won by the Flyers on the defensive end to the far side. They send it back in behind the net. Get along, and the Sabres going to get possession back in the center ice area over to the near side. Into the offensive end, chasing it down into the corner to the far side. Oh, those off the stick of Tuuk. But now the Flyers going to lose possession at center ice, taken back by the Sabres to the near side, dumping it into the offensive end. A bit of a contested puck. Couturier not able to maintain possession of it. And over to the far side, the Flyers go into the offensive end. They dump it around the far side corner to the near side in front of the net. Not able to get much control of it for the Flyers up to the top of the zone. Philadelphia off of the stick there of number 9. That's going to be Drysdale over to the near side, back into the corner behind the net. Trevor Zegras in there now, battling along the near side corner for that puck. Trying to jar it loose, and it's going to be loose now to the near side through center. Sabres with possession off of the stick there of, that's going to be Zach Benson. Up on into the offensive end, he sends it as the Sabres go for a change. Now Emile Andre with the puck, up through the defensive end he goes. Up, passing to the near side, boards off a stick into the offensive end, into the corner they go. Chase to the near side. Sabres coming away with possession off of the stick now of Josh Norris, trying to move it up. They will. In the Sabres to the near side into the offensive end. That's going to be a chance by Josh Stone, not able to maintain possession on a pass, but still to the top of the zone. They clear themselves out. Over to the near side, back into the defensive end. The Sabres going to get possession off of the stick there of number 73, Zach Metza. Metza looking for somewhere to go. Both teams making their changes. And over to the near side, they're going to move it. Off of Doan into the offensive end. Sending it off of the stick there. And a nice stop by Vladar. As we got a little bit of a extracurricular there. Josh Doan going to be shoving Travis Sanheim into the boards after the play, but not too much. Not too much extracurricular. Not a huge, super hard hit. But how are we feeling, everybody? How are we feeling about this game so far? But pull up a couple of things. Kraken and Devils 1-1 at the first intermission. Wow, we'll take a look at them goals as we get another break in the action. We'll be touching up on all the rest of the NHL action as well today. Here we go, near side draw on the Sabres offensive end. Loose to the near side. Sabres come away with the top of the zone, wing to wing. Off of the stick of Byram. Down low they go, and a nice save by Vladar. Of course, another draw now on the far side circle. So real quick, that Kraken game, the goals. The Devils got it going. Cody Glass, assisted by Dougie Hamilton. And Adam Larson, assisted by Jeremy McCann and Vince Dunn. For the 1-1 tie there. They're getting ready to start the second period early. But here we go. That puck over to the far side corner. Behind the net they go. Trying to move it around. The Flyers trying to take it back, but the Sabres maintaining it for now. Over to the near side. The Flyers come away with it, but we got a whistle. Power play for Buffalo. It looks like Cam York going to be going to the box for cross-checking. Rangers and Canucks need to rebuild. Even Jersey. Yeah. I mean, I would say New Jersey, your best bet is to try and rebuild. It sucks, but a rebuild, I believe, is necessary there. The Sabres going to have their first, or their, I believe it's their first power play of the game. But definitely the Rangers need to rebuild. You know, same thing with the Canucks. And the Canucks have already said they're rebuilding. They've already said they're going to be sellers at the deadline. They're like the team I am most interested in on the deadline. Hello. Okay. Far side circle. That's the disadvantage of this coming ahead of us, but it looks like we got a goal coming up. Thompson wins the draw over to the top of the zone. The Sabres passing across Thompson. Cage Thompson shot, loose in front, redirected, shot again, still loose over to the near side. How is that puck not gone in the net yet? Working it around, shot, he scores! Rasmus Dahlin! Let's go ahead and replay that goal horn for them. Buffalo taking the 1-0 lead over the Flyers on the power play goal by Rasmus Dahlin. Look at that. And where's Petsko? We have not seen Petsko yet. But it is still early. You know, 10-11 left in the first period. There's still plenty of time. But, man, the Blue Jackets good. If by good you mean, I believe, second to last in the Metropolitan Division, then they're great. Oh, man. So here we go. The state draw over to the far or near side. Up through center, they send it into the offensive end. Giving chase into the corner now. Going to be off the stick. Drysdale trying to get in there along the near side board. Flyers trying to move it up, but the Sabres keep it in just for the Flyers to move it back out off of the stick of Sean Couturier. Back in behind the net, and it's going to be Flyers icing again. All right. But yeah, let me double check real quick, Tromboner. Columbus, yeah. They are 1 point ahead of the Rangers. 1 point ahead of the Rangers. And you're talking 6 points out of a playoff spot. Which ain't a lot, but you don't really got games in pocket to work with either. But I did not hear the Rasmus Dahlin song. Man. For Julie's favorite player, man. Man, I'm early alone for these streams. Oh, here we go. Over to the far side. The Flyers moving it up along the boards. Up on into the neutral zone. Taken back by the Sabres. Off the stick now of Alex Troop. Going to be taken over to the far side in the defensive end. The Sabres look to go to the near side, connecting with power. The neutral zone they go. And loose to the near side, giving chase to the offensive end, getting down low. Going to be Tage Thompson, but going to be sent around by the Flyers for the time being. That's Drysdale in there, over to the far side. Puck goes loose, maintained by the Sabres. Power going to be deflected into the neutral zone. Nice defensive play there by the Flyers, as the Sabres are going to try and move that puck back into the offensive end. A chance across from the offensive end, not able to move it along the board, trying to regain possession, and the Flyers coming away with it for now. Drysdale going to send it up through the neutral zone. Up on into the offensive end, they're going to send it. The Flyers go for a change, going to be taken by Owen Power. Right behind his net, looking for a little bit of a change. Bit of a change on both sides here. And going to move it over to the far side, off of the stick there of Bowen Byram. To the offensive end, giving chase into the corner. In there heavily is going to be Noah Juleson. And the Flyers come away with it over to the near side. Through center, they're going to move it up on into the offensive end. Passing across, still loose in front. Shot. Not going to go. A nice block and a nice freeze by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. A nice effort there by Trevor Zegras, just not able to punch it in. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, just an incredible save. All right. But we shall see here. We shall see. 1-0 thus far. Let me go ahead and take a look at our shots on goal real quick. Shots on goal are 4-2. Sabres with only 2 shots on goal. First time here. You definitely have some good broadcasting skills. Well, I appreciate that, man. I've been, I just do it for fun. I chill out in the basement, talk sports, talk hockey, football, whatever. We'll do a little bit of baseball, a little bit of Pirates baseball over the summer. Pirates going tank ball, Pirates going toilet bowl. But yeah, we'll cover a lot, and I do what I can, I try to provide the best I can for you guys. So, go ahead and take a look here again. 4 shots on goal for the Flyers, 2 for the Sabres. And those shots coming for the Flyers. Let's go ahead and do a little shots on goal breakdown real quick. It's early enough. Shots on goal for the Flyers. You got 1 by number 29, going to be Nikita Grabenkin. And the other shot on goal. 2 shots on goal for Trevor Zegras and 1 for Owen Tippett. Man, 7 years ago already? Wow. Bro, was that my first ever stream? No. Oh, that's the Rasmus Dahlin song. I'll take a look at that here. And you're doing a great job. Well, thank you. I try to make it, I take the game seriously, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. We just have a good time. Try to have a good, fun time as we're chilling and vibing, watching some sports, Let's see. Mike Tomlin is gone. How do you feel? I am excited that the Steelers can finally focus on competing, not just having a winning season. It has been way too long. They have been focused on having just a winning season and then collapsing in the playoffs. Always get to 9-8. You're always a game or 2 above 500, nothing more. Ever, look at 2020. You had a chance to be a 13-win team and you got 11, if that. Okay. But either way, the Flyers to the near side as we are back here along into the offensive end. Zegras trying to move it in. Passing shot, not going to go. Into the corner, down low. Zegras up to the near side, top of the zone. They're going to clear themselves out. Giving chase, going to be taken there by number 47, Noah Juleson. Working with that puck in the defensive end, but Flyers going to go for a change. Josh Stone trying to take that puck away, but not going to on that pass to Trevor Zegras. Up into the offensive end. Zegras going to pass across. Going to be maintained there off of the stick of Dvorak. Working to the top of the zone. Working now off the stick of York. Down low. Sending it across and top of the zone. That was off the stick of Techney. Into the corner. Down low. Behind the net to the near side. The Sabres. Peyton Krebs trying to clear it out along the boards. Into the corner again. Krebs going to get back involved there with Konechny. Into the corner. Up to the top of the zone. Working with it now. Going to be Cam York to the far side. Working off the stick of Rodrigo Abels. Along the top of the zone they go. Trying to reestablish his own presence. The Flyers are. Konechny with possession. Going to send it around to the far side. And it gets cleared out of the zone. Big check delivered there right by the blue line. And the Sabres going to try and come away with it in front of the benches. Into the offensive end. Nobody really has control until now. Taken back by Rodrigo Abels. Over to the near side. Into the offensive end they go. Going to go back in behind the net of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. And the Sabres going to try and come away with it. They will. Over to the near side. And the puck goes out of play. Huge Crosby, Mario, and Tom Barraza fan? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, Pens fans have been spoiled. You go from Like, you look at other teams, right? You look at the Green Bay Packers. You go from Bart Starr to Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. The Penguins did the same thing. You had Mariota Crosby. And the goaltending, you know, in its heyday was really good. Not as great now, but still I think they got a solid goaltending group with Shelovs and Stu. The Sabres going to send it into the offensive end over to the far corner. They're racing for that puck along the boards, trying to move it out. The Flyers will move it out of the defensive zone. Can they come away with it, though? Maybe. Yes, they do. Into the offensive end now, working off the stick there off of Grabenkin. A chance, a shot, going to be denied. That shot there by Tippett. Into the corner they go, tied up for that puck. The Sabres coming away with a shot, though, by the Flyers that goes to the top of the zone. Again, the Flyers going to send it back in behind the net over to the near side. It's going to be Emile Andre with that puck, sending it around to the far side. Along the board, Sabres able to clear the zone. Trying to connect to the near side at center. The Sabres going to dump it into that offensive end. And going to be maintained off of the stick of Jamie Drysdale. Near side, Emile Andre passing across. The Sabres going to direct it right back into the offensive end. Trying to move it around to the far side. A chance, Sabres, pass, shot. He does not score. What a chance that could not convert. And Vladar able to freeze the puck. How did that puck not go in the net? Wow. Wow, the Flyers getting bailed out by that one. Oh my gosh. A beautiful chance. Looking at that shot again. Oh my gosh, off the post. Oh man, Bowen Byram sends it on a redirect from a pass there from Jack Quinn, and it goes off the far side post. Here we go, far side draw in the offensive end of the Sabres. Dark Overshadow is welcome in my opinion. Great player, but age caught up with him. Yeah, I would say so. But here we go. Far side draw. Going to be won by the Flyers over to the far side. Sabres coming away with it. They're off the second sucker to the near side behind the net. Down there, Steeler trying to send it away. The Flyers will, and it's going to get cleared out of the zone. Chase now going to be off the stick of Owen Power. Center going to pass it into the offensive end off the stick of Ryan McLeod. Back in behind the net now. Flyers coming away with it to the near side in the defensive end, trying to move it out. The Sabres with a chance. Pass across, deflected. Nice job defensively there by Nick Seeler to poke that puck away. Over to the far side to the near, into the offensive end, trying to race to that net, but going to be taken right back by the Sabres in that near corner now. Out by Quinn. The Flyers going to come away with it now off of the stick there of, that is going to be, I believe, Travis Sanheim into the offensive end. Taken right back by the Sabres off of the stick of Josh Norris. Up through center, the Sabres trying to move it. Bodies collide, taken back by the Flyers. Over to the near side now, going to be working with it is Cam York to the near side. That's Konechny, wing to wing, into the offensive end. They're going to send it. Back in behind, over to the near side. Over to the far they go again. And into the offensive end. Oh no, Flyers fan. Into the corner. Down there is going to be chasing it Noah Austin to the near side. Top of the zone, Sabres keeping it in. Around the near side boards, off the stick there of Zach Benson. Flyers moving it back out the other way, and it's going to be taken right back by the Sabres into the offensive end. A 2-on-1 chance, a shot. He shoots and scores. Matthias Samuelsson on the goal. Man, that is rough for Flyers fans. Going down 2-0 early in this one. A beautiful job there by the Sabres to do what they got to do. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it because I do enjoy, like, you know, Flyers losing because Penguins need to get points over the Flyers. They have the same amount of games and the same amount of points, if I'm not mistaken, entering today. So, you know, but I do feel bad for Flyers fans on that. I mean, 2-0, but they did get bailed out. It should have been 3-0. It should have easily been 3-0. And Zegras not happy about that. But over to the near side, the Flyers with the puck in the defensive end. Along the board, going to move it up through center into the offensive end. They're going to try and send it. Still tied up along the boards. Flyers trying to come away with it. Still along the board. Goes loose into the defensive end. To the far side come the Sabres. Up on into the offensive end they go. Shot going to get deflected over to the near side. Back in behind the net they go. Off of the stick there of Cam York. Along the boards, the Flyers still in possession. Loose, but going to be taken back by Philadelphia to the near side. Along the boards, it's going to be York back in through the center area of the defensive end. Across now to Sanheim. Up through the near side. Moving it up is going to be off the stick of Grabenkin into the offensive end. Losing control of it to the Sabres. And going to be taken back by Metsa. And moving the other way with it, the Sabres to the near side. Off of the stick of Tage Thompson. Down low, chance shot. What a denial. What a miss. Having a wide open net again. Thompson pass across, shot. Denied again. Beautiful play by Drysdale to poke that puck away. Over to the near side, shot, not going to go. That would have been a sure goal, but Thompson was denied by Drysdale. Oh, here we go. We got an icing on the Flyers, but man, the momentum is all the way swung in the direction of the Sabres. Wow. Wow. A beautiful chance, just wow. Sabres have had chance after chance after chance. The Flyers better be able to convert because they're getting bailed out. Here we go. Top of the zone to the near side. Working with it. Samuelson. Shot going to get denied to the far side. Now off of the stick of Quinn. Over to the near side. Trying to get it back. The Flyers will. Off of Grabenkin. Passing across. That's going to be going up into the offensive end. Couturier. And the Flyers dumping it into the zone. Back by the Sabres to the near side. Get up on into the offensive end they go. Down low he goes in McLeod behind the net. Pass in front. Shot not going to go. Over to the near side. The Sabres sending it back in. Down low off of the stick there of Jack Quinn. Top of the zone taken back by the Flyers. Up through center they go. Over to the near side for Abels. Into the offensive end. Trying to find somewhere to move. Bodies collide in front of the net. Over to the far side. Puck goes. Going to be maintained by Sanheim. Down low into the corner. Behind the net to the near side. Still loose. Over to the far side it goes. And the Sabres come away with it. Moving it up through the neutral zone, dumping it into the offensive end now to the near side. A chance, a shot, not going to go. Over to the far side, that shot opportunity by Deslauriers. Over to the top of the zone, they get cleared out. It's a chance now for the Sabres into the offensive end, working with that puck, trying to find some help to the far side. They do from Benson. Taking it in, taken back by the Flyers. Here comes your chance. Your odd man rush. Trevor Zegras on a half breakaway passing across. A nice defensive stick using by the Sabres to break that up. Zegras over on the far side corner to the top of the zone along the boards. 1:57 to go in the period. Taken back by the Sabres to the near side. They're going to flip it up on into the offensive end. Back by, I believe that's Drysdale to the near side. And it's going to be taken in by Konechny now over to Zegras. Zegras shot and it's going to be frozen up. Nice save there by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Not a lot of effort there, and he did not need it. But 1:41 to go in the period. They are going to be stepping away for another commercial, but we're not. It's commercial-free hockey, baby. Oh, man. Let me take a look at something real quick. I always like to take a look at the back end while we are vibing here. And while we are chilling. Hey. Man. Yes. Here we go. Let's take a look at the rest of the NHL real quick while we have a second. So, now it's 2-2 in the Kraken Devils game. Let's take a look at that real quick, and then we'll go update you on the Ottawa Senators at the New York Rangers. But in the second period, Nico Hischier got a power play goal assisted by Jack Hughes and Luke Hughes. And then the Kraken getting on the board again with Jared McCann, assisted by Vince Dunn and Eberle. Crosby retiring the... Oh, no. No, Crosby got at least another 5 years, I would say. The way he's playing, unless he wants to walk away from the game. I don't know that he wants to. I don't know that he really wants to right now. I think he wants to try and get another ring. And with the young core the Penguins have, give them a couple years, this team could be competing for a cup in the next 2-3 years. The way the Penguins are built, they got some young players. They got Chinikov, Kindle in there as well. Malkin's been playing out of his mind. Crosby's been playing well. Carlson's always elite. They got Brett Kulak now, who's a pretty solid defenseman. Tanger has his moments. I mean, Tanger's kind of the odd one out of the big three, but, you know, still has his good moments. So, you know, and even the goaltending, too. They got Murashov in the minors. You know, Murashov, he had his moments in the NHL, and he's back in the AHL for some more conditioning. Shilov's not bad either. If they keep Stu, that's another option as well. But the Sabres going to send it into the offensive end to the far side, behind the net, over to the far corner they go again, moving into the top of the zone, around that far side now, behind the net to the near side. And we will see, back into the top of the zone, working with it now, the Sabres, shot, not going to go, over to the near side. Again, battling for that puck as it gets cleared out, but the Sabres coming away with it off of the stick of Dahlin. Far side again, moving it up in offensive end. The Sabres dump it. 1:04 to go in the period. Back in the corner now to the near side. Flyers coming away with it. Moving up off of the stick there of Couturier. The offensive end chasing down low. Back into the corner again off the stick of Couturier. And around to the near side. And along the boards, top of the zone. Maintained shot. Not going to go. Loose over to the near side. A nice chance there by Cam York. But the Flyers still coming away with it. Top of the zone. York working with that puck, looking for some help, sending it down along the boards. Back in behind the net they go to Konechny. Top of the zone and going to be cleared out, and the Flyers got to give chase. 27 seconds to go in this first period. 8 shots on goal for the Flyers, 6 for the Sabres. Your current score is 2-0 Sabres. 17 to go in the period. Into the corner to the near side on the offensive end. The Flyers send it. Coming away, Zegras, top of the zone, shot! And a nice save, or deflection at least, by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Over to the near side, the puck goes along the corner, looking to move it up. And the Sabres are going to clear it out. 2-1-0. And that is going to be the end of the first period with the score. The Buffalo Sabres 2. The Philadelphia Flyers nothing. 8 shots on goal to 6, favoring the Flyers, though, on this one. Let's see. Speaking of Penguins, my fantasy guys have not been playing well, fantasy-wise. Nathan Brazeau, Justin especially. Yeah, the Penguins have just not really been it. These last 2 games, they just have not been, you know what I mean? They finally got it going again, or the last 3 games, they finally got it going, taking the Lightning to a shootout. So I think that's kind of the turning point for the Penguins. I think that's where they turn the corner. Is Ovi retiring this year, you think? I don't think he is. I think he wants to get 1,000. I think he still has it in the tank to get 1,000 because he doesn't take a lot of hits. I mean, yeah, he'll take hits, but he doesn't, take a lot of the big hits necessarily. You know what I mean? He's basically, at this point in his career, Ovi's a shooting specialist. Ovi's the kind of guy where they'll pass it to him and he'll flip it into the net. So, we will see. Okay. We will see here. Ovi and Crosby are similar. I think both can still play at a high level. Absolutely. And the thing is that Ovi doesn't take a lot of hits. Crosby goes through everything to take care of his body. How's it going, Danny? How you doing, man? Man, but did you watch any of the juniors? I did not. I really didn't. I was working on, streaming some NHL coverage, streaming some other, football, hockey, all that kind of stuff. So like NHL games, we were updated on it. We were getting updates, but I really hadn't watched too much. Man, how's it going, LK, PLLC? How's it going, man? How we doing tonight? My freaking Ricky Frick. I have some Sprite cranberry still from the holidays. I don't know where it went. Might be in the blanket. That sucks. I was gonna pour me some Sprite cranberry right now, but I can't because I don't have it. Oh man. Didn't miss much. McDavid all the way. I can see it. Oh good. Trying to find some sports. What better than hockey? Happy New Year. Sir, yes sir. Happy New Year to you too, man. But yeah, now that the NFL season is wrapping up into the playoffs, we are going to be getting ready to do a lot more hockey coverage. So get ready for a lot of hockey as we move into the spring. And again, the channel goal, big goal, is to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the Stanley Cup playoffs. It'll be pretty cool if we can make some progress towards hitting that milestone. You know, it's always appreciated. But let's take a look here. Moving around the rest of the NHL. I said I was going to update you on the Senators game, and they're at 4-0 Senators in the intermission. New York needs to blow it up yesterday. They need to blow it up yesterday and bad. They have trade pieces. You have trade bait. You know, I'm not saying you're going to trade everyone, but let me grab my Rangers call sheet real quick. Looking at the Rangers, you got Panarin, Taylor Radish, Trocheck, Borgen's been involved. We've been calling them a lot. You know, Adam Fox, of course, Shesterkin is potential trade bait if you want to. Not saying you do. Sam Carrick, you know, Gavrikov, Rempe, Zibanejad, Perreault. You got a lot of options. You got a lot of trade bait. Use it. Use it. Yeah, Boston beat them. It was 10-2 final score. We were live for the first 2 periods of that one on Saturday. And yeah, those 4 goals real quick for the Senators, and then we'll talk a little bit of Rangers, what they got to do here. Drake Batherson, assisted by Cousins and Kachuk. That was on the power play. Then Nick Jensen, assisted by Greg and Cousins. Then Brady Kachuk, assisted by Greg and Jensen. Then Dylan Cousins, assisted by Greg and Kachuk. Greg, Cousins, Kachuk. You have him in your fantasy team, you're eating tonight. You're feasting. Yeah, it was 10-2. It was bad. The fans were in the stadium chanting, "We want 10! We want 10! We want 10!" When fans are chanting, "We want 10" against you, it's bad. It's bad. Man. But yeah, I mean, you got trade bait if you're the Rangers. You know, you could probably get a first. I think you could probably get a first for Zibanejad. You know, Panarin, you can get some decent picks from that as well. You've got a lot of options if you want to use it. Just freaking use it. And they're not. They're trying to shove the square peg through the circle hole. Hey, newsflash, that doesn't work. I don't think that it's Mike Sullivan being washed. I think it's that the Rangers just... It might be Mike Sullivan, because he wasn't really great in his last few years in Pittsburgh either, but at the same time... I don't know, man. I don't know. The Rangers got a lot of problems. They got 99 problems and winning ain't one. Oh my gosh. It is bad. It is bad. Hopefully for their sake, the Rangers can make something happen. Some sort of magic go down. Oh my gosh. Let's take a look at my fantasy team, by the way. I know I don't have anything going right now, but my opponent does. So let's see how the box score is looking. My opponent not doing too good tonight. He started Jacob Markstrom in net for for the Devils. Let's freaking go. Let's go Kraken, baby. Let's go Kraken. Get that win. Keep putting Jacob Markstrom in the negatives, man. I'm actually feeling good about my fantasy league this week, man. I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, man. But yeah, it's bad for the Rangers. They're a laughing stock, man. They are a total laughing stock. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna see if I can find that right cranberry. Where in the world did it go? I am determined to find this. I want Sprite. Yes. 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 It's Sprite cranberry. The best. The best. Limited edition soda. Right here, baby. Also, for those of you guys who are interested in this, let's see, that was quick. I thought it was in a red bag. It was actually in a tan bag. It was in a wrong colored bag. But for those of you guys who are interested, later tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, Vegas Golden Knights, LA Kings, we'll be live for it. We'll be live actually right after this stream. Actually on the same network, which makes it very easy to go to. But yeah, we will see. Room temp, though? It is, but down here, room temp is not that bad. I'm in the basement right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm in the basement. Basement stays nice and cool. So this actually feels kind of cool to the touch. So yeah, it's room temp, but it feels cool to the touch. Not cold, not chilled, but so. Yeah. Oh, I'm cranberry ginger ale guy. Oh man, bro, I got some stories from back in high school, bro. Back in high school, I was friends with this one guy, and he started this Sprite Cranberry Mafia. Bro would get like 12 packs of Sprite Cranberry, give them out to us to sell for like $1 a piece, and like we kept like 10 or like 50% of what we sold or whatever, because he got our supply. So we kept like 50% of whatever we sold or whatever it was. Oh man, so I got a special place in my heart for this stuff, man. Go ahead and use this. It's gonna be a little bit of Coke Zero on my Sprite Cranberry, but I don't care. Oh, you did not answer. Crosby, Obi, or McDavid? I like Crosby more. I mean, what are you gonna expect, bro? I'm wearing a Crosby jersey, number 87. Oh man, my last Sprite Cranberry Cooler of the year. And pour it out. I'm trying to do as close to a bartender pour as we can. I don't want to lose a lot of it to fizz. There we go. That was Sprite Cranberry. No, what? Bro, you don't get Sprite Cranberry in Toronto? Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for you guys, bro. I feel so bad for you guys. Sprite Cranberry is amazing. It is amazing. Like, you know what? Sprite Cranberry is my co-host. Oh man. But yeah, even nowadays, I still think I'm taking Crosby, because Crosby just has that knowledge of the game to be able to find those zones that he needs to be in. So that's kind of what I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, McDavid is incredible. But Crosby, I liken Crosby to the Tom Brady of the NHL. His knowledge of the game is insane. He knows where to put himself. He manages to execute. He sacrifices himself to keep body and playing shape at the top tier. Mad respect for the guy. Let's Google it and can't find it. Oh man, it's only USA, bro. I feel so bad for you guys. Oh my gosh. Exactly. I mean, his knowledge of the game, incredible. Incredible how much that guy knows about the game. It's not going to be matched by anyone. Nobody can match it. He knows where to put himself. He knows how to handle himself. And then you also have the Crosbyism. When his team ain't doing much in terms of good things, he just manages to, back check a guy into the ground to rile up the team. Always funny. Oh, man. 1% chance the Sabres win the Cup, I believe. Let's take a look. Let me pull up Money Puck right now. Let me find Money Puck. Money Puck, Money Puck. If I were a Money Puck, where would I hide? That's where I'd hide. Let's go to playoff odds. So, entering today, the Buffalo frickin' Sabres. Playoff odds, 43.7%. Chance to win the Cup for the Sabres is 1.5%, according to Money Puck. So 1% on Polymarket makes sense. 1.5% on Money Puck. Again, taking a look at that. I mean, it's, wow. The fact that the Sabres are still alive after how badly they were this year, I mean, that's just incredible. That is just incredible. Although the Penguins have better odds. The Pens have 2.2% chance to win the Cup. Oh, man. But the Avalanche, almost assuredly, they're gonna be the team to beat out of the West. Sabres are like two different teams. I know, like they are incredible. It's amazing what happens when letting go of stale personnel happens. When you let go of stale personnel, the team just changes. I mean, this Penguins team, again, different team, different situation. I know. But they basically said, yeah, we don't need Sully anymore. We're going to ride with a new coach. They bring in Dan Muse. All of a sudden, I don't even recognize this team for last year. There's a new revitalization in Pittsburgh. They feel like a younger team that's playing well, playing efficiently and effectively, and getting the job done. Yeah, they had the 8-game losing streak. Yeah, they've had their struggles in overtime. They're going to have that. This Penguins team feels like a night and day difference. So, it's kind of what's happening with Buffalo right now. Is they got rid of their GM that wasn't really doing them much good. And all of a sudden, they're finally starting to see a different team. They're seeing some success. Crosby has overall skill, McDavid has the speed, and Ovi is a vet. Exactly. That's kind of what it is. And Crosby's your best overall. If you need someone to get out on a breakaway and get goals on breakaways, that's McDavid all the way. But absolutely. Oh, and is he at Rangers on Money Puck? Wow. Man, let's see. Rangers. 5.8% to make the playoffs. 2.5% to make the second round. 1.1% to make the third round. 0.5% chance to make the finals. And I can't even hover over their chance of winning the finals because it's so small. Oh, sorry. 0.2%. And Matthews has stepped it up as of late. He just passed our Matt Sundin team record. That's the thing is I haven't really been keeping as much close pace with every team, but this is my first really full year of keeping an eye on hockey in general. But it definitely is a sport that I'm really enjoying a lot of. Oh, man. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, going into the second period, though, let's just, taking a look at this game as we're getting ready to move into the second period. I mean, here's what I need to see. Buffalo, keep winning in the transitions. Buffalo was winning in the transitions at the end of the period. They were moving that puck very efficiently and effectively into the offensive end, and they were able to generate opportunity. If I wanted them to change one thing, you got to convert on more opportunity. You could have easily been up 4-0 at this point. Sabres could have easily been up by 4 going into this period. So, meanwhile for the Flyers, you got to just stop giving up those chances. You got to get that puck out of the defensive end quickly and allow your forwards to operate. And my favorite Leaf, though, is Max Domi. His dad was my favorite as a kid. Huh. Domi is a pretty solid player, though. Domi is a pretty good choice. A pretty good choice. Let's take a look. Do we have on Axiom? Let me see if we got any news. Checking on the Rangers Sens game. Yeah, that's about it. Just deer in the headlights looking at that game. It is incredible. Absolutely incredible. We will see. We'll see. Thought over here. Let me take a look at the still Kraken and Devils still tied at 0 apiece. Getting ready for our second period here, actually. We're rocking our way through this first intermission. We shall see. On store, hopefully the Flyers made the changes they need to make to the competitive game. Otherwise, this game can and will get out of hand for the Flyers. If the Sabres manage to convert on more of those chances that they had, it's going to be a simple game over. It's going to be a simple game over. Okay. Matthews is a huge threat on Team USA. Oh, absolutely. Austin Matthews is going to be a big threat for Team USA in the Olympics. Yeah, I'm excited to watch Olympic hockey this year, man. It's going to be good. It is going to be good. We're watching hockey, I think, in 07-ish. Blues earlier, but I was young then. Look at the video on the Discord. Actually, let me take a look here. Let me take a look here real quick. Real quick before we get to the second period. Let me see. He's in the chat. Let's go ahead and take a look. Bryce Young. We're ripping Bryce Young. Oh, no. Let's see. What did Young do? Bryce just dimed the defensive back. Wow. Well, here we go. Second period of action here from Buffalo. Ready to roll. Whoa! Goalie change. Samuel Urson in net now. Over Dan Vladar. Whoa! Well, let me see if I can go on X and find out what happened. Wow. That is big. Yeah, pulled. He just pulled. Wow, that is an early pull in a bad way. The Sabres over to the far side, winning the draw. Up through neutral zone they go. Up on into the offensive end. Going to be taken back by the Flyers off the stick of Sanheim. Up through center to the near side. Moving it up. The Flyers passing across into the offensive end. They go to the far side. A chance over on that. That's Tippett. Down low. Going to send it. Going to connect with Cam York. Have a tie up for that puck into the neutrals or into the area behind the net. And now the Sabres going to take it up into the neutral zone. They go. Moving it there off of the stick of Zach Benson up on into the offensive end. Chasing it around the near side of the far. And going to be taken out by the Flyers. 3-on-2 into the zone. Here's a chance. Tippett. Passing across. Going to be maintained. And going to have to go behind the net. Slowing that whole chase down. Tippett with the puck. Send it around. Taking it himself. Top to the point. Send it around the near side, taking it back, sending it back in behind the net. Trying to connect there, but not able to connect with Noah Cates. Over to the far side, back in behind the net they go. And going to be frozen by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Wow. And no Vladar on the bench either. Wow. That's kind of surprising. I didn't think 2 goals was enough. I thought 2 goals with a little bit of a change would keep him in the game, but no. Here we go. Flyers win the offensive zone. Draw to the near side. That's Drysdale looking to move around. Down low he goes. Over to the area in front of the net. It's loose. A shot. Redirected again. A chance, but nice use of the body by the Sabres and going to be taken out by Byram. Out of the zone, giving chase. And they ruled icing against the Sabres. Sabres not liking it, but that is the right call there, I would say. I would say that was nice. Last year's 4-corner tournament, Canada vs. USA was awesome. Yeah, I saw that. So, how about that game? I think it was the Devils and Rangers last year, I think it was. Where just right off the rip, everybody grab your partner and start beating the ever-living crap out of them. I was working on a project for college, and I had that game on just in the background. No, it was a couple years ago, wasn't it? That was a couple years ago at this point, but I was working on that on a project for college and just putting on some hockey in the background, and man, that was incredible. Back over to that far corner they go, moving it up along the boards to the near side. Going to be off the stick of Byram in the corner. Down low he goes. Buffalo can't be stopped. They're getting hot at the right time. Byram still over to the far side, sending it behind the net to Josh Doan. Down the far side, trying to send it in, not able to go. Nice deflection there. Over to that far side, trying to move it up, and the Sabres going to maintain the zone. Up of the zone to the near side, moving around. Doan pass across, shot going to be denied, and the Sabres still with possession. Over to the near side, going to connect there, going to send it down below. 4 Nations, close enough. 4 Nations, 4 corners, same thing. So here we go, in a bit of a battle, and time for that puck, and we get a whistle for puck out of play. Let's see, we got, Days saying Sabres need a power play plan that works. Stanley Cup winning teams average between 25 and 30%. Oh, whoa, it's a delay of game penalty on Trevor Zegras. Wow, the Sabres on the 3rd power play of the night. Wow. Wow. Let's see, 25-30%. They rank near the lowest in the league. Oh, exactly. The Sabres are hurting in the power play game. Penalty kill is incredible. Power play, not so much. Here comes another chance. The far side puck gets sent, and the Flyers trying to move it up, and they'll clear it out of the zone. That was off the stick of York, I believe it was. Over to the near side they go. I think you knew what I meant. Oh, John knows hockey like the back of his hand, man. So here we go. The Sabres leaving it back into the defensive end, moving it up now off of the stick there of Norris into the offensive end, top of the zone, maintained there by, that's going to be off of Dahlin. On the near side, down low, top of the zone again, can't connect. Dahlin not able to get it. Have to give chase. But they did get a power play goal earlier in the night. It was Rasmus Dahlin with a power play goal in that first period. Here we go, over to the far side, moving that puck up into the offensive end. A chance up to the top of the zone, clears it out again. Oh my gosh, the Sabres are just clearing themselves out of the zone like crazy. Now it's going to be going over to Zucker. Up on into the offensive end he goes, moving it around the near corner, around the boards. Trying to move it in and going to get to the top of the zone. Dahlin able to maintain it. Pass across, now back over to the top of the stick. Paige Thompson. Thompson down low, passing across, not able to connect. Able to get it is Zucker. Top of the zone now. That's going to be a chance. Dahlin pass across, shot. The glove deflection up to the top of the zone. Dahlin around to the top of the zone, still with the puck. And down from Doan, a chance. Thompson not able to punch it in. And a big collision here along the boards. Back in behind the net they go, moving it out. And it's going to be taken back by the Sabres in the neutral zone they go. Over to the far side, moving it into the offensive end. Over to the near side. We got a goal coming up, folks. Over to the far side, battling with that puck. Sabres coming away with it off the stick of two. Back down along the boards. Over to Dahlin, not able to hold it in. Rasmus Dahlin. 3 seconds on that power play. 2, 1. Power play expires. Still in the offensive end. A chance of shot. Going to be deflected to the near side. Puck going to be battled up for in the air. Over to the far side. And a chance in front. Shot. Not going to get in, but a wraparound chance here. Over to the far side. Shot. Hey! Shoots and scores! Off of the stick of Jack Quinn. Let's go ahead and replay that goal horn because it was super early. There's your goal horn for your Buffalo Sabres. A beautiful goal, if I do say so myself. What's next? We're going to pull Erskine for, I don't know, Drysdale? Is Drysdale going to be in net in the third period? Oh my gosh. Brother. That is, oh my gosh, that is bad. This is looking like the first period all over again. The Sabres dominant in the offensive end. Oh my gosh. That horn beat your TV this time. Wow. Well, here we go. Over to the near side. Chasing down low. The Flyers with the puck. That's Drysdale. Over to the far side. Back in behind the net again in his defensive end. Around the near side. That's going to be off of the stick there of Zegras. And that puck going to be moved in by the Buffalo Sabres into the offensive end. And off of the corner is going to be Peyton Krebs. Top of the zone. Sending a shot. Going to go behind the net. And goes in the netting out of play. Yeah, Philly already pulled Vladar. Samuel Erson's in the net now. So Vladar's already been pulled. And he wasn't on the bench. No, yeah, it was only 2-0 after 1. That's why I was shocked. That's why I was completely shocked. 2-0 after 1 and you pull your goalie? That's an aggressive move. An aggressive move by the coach. So here we go. Far side draw in the Flyers defensive end. Draw for the Sabres is going to be Ostlund after someone got the boot. And going to be won by the Flyers behind the net to the near side. Get up to the far side into the offensive end. 2-on-3 into the zone. Looking for some help. Chasing down low behind the net. Moving that puck along the board. Going to be sent up to the top of the zone by Konechny. Up there is going to be Sanheim back down behind the net. Another tie-up for that puck. We get freed away by Ostlund, who gets slammed face first into the glass. Up to the top of the zone. And a wing-to-wing pass going to go back up into the neutral zone. That puck up around the far side. Back over here. The stand behind the net they go. Over to the far side. Moving it up through center. And the Flyers going to get it back in the defensive end. Over to the near side. Moving it up in off of Konechny's stick off of Zegras. Going to send it behind the net. He goes to the far side. Moving it around again. Going to be taken back by the Sabres. Going up through center. Into the offensive end. 2-on-1. A pass. A shot. How do you miss the empty net? Oh my gosh. That's 3 goals the Sabres have missed. 3 easy goals. So here we go. The Flyers up on into the offensive end. Passing across. Going to be redirected off of the stick of Tage Thompson. And the Sabres going to move it into the neutral zone. Into the offensive end now. Over to the near side. Off of the stick of Benson. Top of the zone. Sending it around now for Byram. Byram along the boards now. Top of the zone. Going to get cleared out. Man. Let's see. That's real quick hook. Devils wait till 9. I hope he's not hurt, but he wasn't even on the bench. Oh, wow. Here we go. Into the offensive end. Into the corner they go. The Flyers get possession off of the stick there of Cam York on the far side. And the puck goes out of play. Oh, 9-8 shots on goal favoring Philadelphia. They're saying Philly might have an active bullpen tonight. That's what I'm saying. Who's going to be the next goalie? Samuel Ersson let up a goal, so who's next? Drysdale? Is he going to come in now? Is Drysdale going to be in net? What happens when he lets up a goal? Are you going to go with Travis Sanheim? I mean... Oh, man. Do you know how the Sabres got Tage Thompson? I do not know the details of that, John. Care to enlighten me? In the meantime, Philadelphia better be counting their blessings. Philadelphia better be counting their blessings. This game could have easily been 6-0. They're flying in Coley as we speak. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's the thing. Is that the Sabres missed 3 open net opportunities. Shoot up the beer guy. We might need him. The way the coach is going, you got Coach SS Gestapo over there saying, "You dare let up one goal? Do the goal!" Like, brother, that coach giving his players a shorter leash than anything I've ever seen. Like, what are you doing? It's 2 goals in the first period. Your defense is playing all right. Your offensive lines are not able to get the puck out of the defensive end. That's the issue. It's not the goalie's fault that he's going to be forced with 5 minutes of offensive zone time straight. Get your freaking scheme in order. Don't pull the goalie in the first period after 2 goals. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's bad. So now Samuel Ersson's off to the gulag. He let up a goal. They're going to put Jamie Drysdale in padding now. Welcome back, Jamie. You're going to the net. Oh, my gosh. Into the offensive end go the Flyers. Tip it around the net to the far side in the offensive end. To be kicked back out, but they maintain possession off of the stick there of Cam York. Near side of the offensive end, getting down low, trying to find some help. And going to send it around the far side off of the stick there of Noah Cates. Up along the boards now into the corner. The Sabres with possession. Nice check delivered by the Flyers. And that puck going to be sent to the neutral zone, but the Flyers maintain possession off of Couturier. Or not Couturier, I was Tippett, my bad. Over to the far side. Up to the top of the zone they go with Noah Cates sending it towards the net. Going to be saved by Ukko Pekka. It also doesn't help when you're shooting at the goalie's chest. You're hitting the goalie right in the logo. Half those shots have been right to the goalie, right to the logo. I mean, if I'm in net, right? Let's just say I'm a goalie, right? What's the one place you're not going to get it by me? Right in the Penguin. You're not going to get it through here. Yet half of their shots have been right here. Shot location is another issue I'm seeing with the Flyers right now. They're consistently hitting the gut. Over to the near side, off of the stick there of Juleson. Going to send it around the net. Loose, wide open net. Could not punch it in for the Flyers. Over to the far side. The Sabres sending it into the offensive end. A chase into the corner now. Over to the near side. Still tied up. And it's going to be maintained off the stick of there. Number 29 going to be Malenstein. Over to the far side for the Sabres. Tied up in the corner now. Backing around to the near side. Moving it around. A high stick potentially, but no penalty. Over to the far side they go. The Flyers going to move it around the far side along the boards, and it goes out of play. Man. And there, Jason Botroli at the Times. Oh my gosh, something to the tune of. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy. He's part of the O'Reilly trade. Blues got ROR. For Thompson, he was a young player at the time. Huh. Man. But yeah, the Flyers have an issue with shot location and their coach sending people to the gulag for letting up 1 goal. Sorry, 2 goals. Near side, going to be working with it. Konechny, not able to maintain it. Going to be a battle for that puck. The Sabres coming away in the offensive end to the top of the zone. Not able to get a shot as Thompson. And going to be taken back by the Flyers. Flipping it up into the offensive end. They go to the near side. Icing is called on the Flyers. I don't know what you expected there, Travis Konechny. You're at your own blue line. You launch it into the offensive end. What did you expect to happen? You expect the ref to say, oh, that's fine. That's not icing. No. Oh, my gosh. Not going to lie. It's times like this that I'm glad I'm not a Flyers fan because I would be steaming mad. The Pens do this every other night as well. So, it washes out. So, here we go. Sabres in the offensive end. Near side circle draw. Going to be won by the Flyers. Over to the far side. Moving it up off of the stick of Sanheim. Down low to the near side they go. Off of the stick now of York. Up the Flyers. Over to the near side. Into the offensive end. Goes off some sticks but no icing. Into the corner they go. A big check delivered there by. That was going to be Christian Dvorak. Near side. Moving it up into the offensive end. Still for the Flyers. But the Sabres come away with it. Off of the stick there of Josh Norris. Far corner, he moves it up now through center to the near side, intercepted by the Flyers into the offensive end. Here comes Konechny, looking for some help along the boards. Get down low for Zegras, gonna go up in the air over to the far side, taken by Drysdale. Over to the near side, shot by Andre, not able to go. Maintained by Konechny, sending it around to Zegras in the area behind the net, looking for some help. Passing in front, could not get a shot off. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Dvorak could not get a shot off, and they were looking for a penalty, not going to get it. Up on into the offensive end they go. The Flyers sending it around the corner, but the Sabres tying up for that puck. Feels like Vladdy got hurt. Okay. You know, as much as I don't wish injury on anyone, I hope that's the case for his sake. But 3-on-2, passing across, not able to go. Backing around to the far side, maintaining. I'll explain myself here in a bit. Into the area in front of the net. Sabres with a shot. Going to go in front of the net over to the near side. Allen still in front. Going to be maintaining it off of the stick there of Zucker. Zucker going to send it behind the net, but going to get deflected off the Flyers. Going up the other way. And going to be moving it up off of the stick of Michkov. Going to be taken back by the Sabres. 3-on-2 into the offensive end. Passing across top of the zone. Shot. Going to get deflected up into the boards, into the park, or into the area behind the net. Backing around. That is going to be Rasmus Dahlin to the far side of the top of the zone. Maintaining the zone now, down to the corner. And oh no. Here we go. That's a new one. The Flyers gonna try and move it up the near side. Here we go. The Sabres coming away with it now over to the near side. Moving it up off of the stick there of Tage Thompson, coming back with it. The Flyers going the other way. Gonna be dumped into the offensive end to chase into the corner. We're gonna have to replay this goal horn. Over to the near side. Gonna get sent in the neutral zone and dumped back into the offensive end. Coming away with it now for the time being. Off of the stick there. Wing-to-wing pass. And intercepted by the Flyers. Into the offensive end they go. Here comes your chance. A shot. Hey! Shoots and scores! Owen Tippett! Gonna make this game a 3-1 affair here in Buffalo. Again, that was like right when they scored on my TV. Huh. Man, so this finally getting a goal there is the Flyers. Yeah, finally. Man, hear the horn, look up, see the puck bouncing out of the net. Oh my gosh. But yeah, what I was saying, I don't wish injury on anyone, but I really hope for his sake that Vladar got hurt and that he wasn't just pulled for 2 goals in the first period. Because that's bad. That's a bad look on the coach if he's not hurt. Over to the near side, moving that puck is the Sabres from the defensive end through center to the offensive end. Going to be off the stick there into the offensive end of Malenstein. Around the near side, and it's going to be now big chuck against Kozak. Back into the area behind the net, not able to hit Malenstein, but now over to the near corner he goes. Still tied up for that puck, battling for it there. In there as well is going to be Julesen, but going to be tied up along the boards, down low, taken out by the Flyers. Defensive end with control, but a big aggressive forecheck there. Taken away by the Buffalo Sabres. And the Flyers come away with it off of the stick of Tippett. Back into the neutral zone they go to the near side. Up into the offensive end, and we got a stoppage. Got a stoppage, 8:43 to go here in this second period. 11 shots on goal to 9, favoring the Flyers, but the score shows another story. 3-1 Sabres. All right, let's take a look around the rest of the NHL right now. Oh my gosh. Senators made it 5-0. Jake Sanderson assisted by Zub and Cousins. Yeah, it's a party in the MSG. But not for the Rangers. Party in the MSG for the Senators. Oh my god. Let's see. Let us see. Oh, injury update. Okay, Flyers making a post. Flyers goaltender Dan Vladar will not return for tonight's Philly-Buffalo game due to injury. He'll be reevaluated after the game. So, it's not good that he's hurt, but at least he wasn't just pulled for 2 goals. That's a bad look on the coach. Oh my gosh. So we shall. Let me go ahead and take a look on X, see if we got any other news. Okay. Oh, man. All right, let's see here. Take a look at the fantasy matchup. How is that going? How is that going? And my opponent has a Ranger. He just has Vincent Trocheck. Great question. Can the Rangers be the home team in a Winter Classic? Theory, I would think they can. Go across the pond. Wait a minute. Oh, you'd have to go to the Mets Stadium because technically going to MetLife would be in Jersey. Here we go, up through center into the near side. The Flyers going to get possession in the defensive zone off of the stick there of Sanheim. Up through center into the neutral zone to the offensive end. Come on, Flyers, get something going. Back in behind the net to the near side. Get up, top of the zone, shot, not going to go. Nice glove save by Luukkonen. Face-off going to be on the near circle in the Flyers offensive end. Let's see. Let us see. 6-0, you say? Oh, no. Oh, no. It's a party in the MSG, and it's not for the Rangers. Oh, my God. So here we go. Ready to roll. Draw going to be won by the Sabres. And working with that puck. Back in behind the net to the far side they go. Working with it off of the stick of Bobby Brink to the side. Connecting there with, that's going to be off the stick of Drysdale. And the Sabres take it back, still in the offensive end. Sending it down low. Over to the near side. We'll have possession, sending it around again off the stick of Thompson to the far side. Along, passing across, up the top of the zone. Shot, not able to get there. Back and around the near side. Working with it now, top of the zone. Shot, going to get redirected off of the stick from Byram. Far side now going to be Jason Zucker. Looking for some help behind the net. Going to send it around the far side. And still having possession of the state. Never mind. Taken back by the Flyers. Up through center ice into the offensive zone. They'll send it. Back and around to the near corner. And a big collision into the boards there. Slow to get up, but able to get up, it looks like, is Bowen Byram, as the Sabres moving it into the offensive end. You have a delayed penalty here coming up on the Flyers. It's going to be 2 minutes for cross-checking. A fourth power play opportunity for the Sabres. And let's see, Falls, I believe the Rangers have something with MSG. They have to play all home games in MS. Huh. Wow, 10th Winter Classic is at C Field. Sabres were listed as the home team. Thoughts in Colorado? I would almost bet, I think they're going to be finishing for the most points, but I think they're going to pull a Boston Bruins of a few years ago. I think they're going to be the team that gets, all the points in the regular season and then gets embarrassed in the first round. I think it's going to be either Minnesota or Dallas coming out of that Western Conference. I think Colorado is just using everything they've got in the regular season, and they're gonna peter out at some point. So unless they peter out in the regular season, I think they're gonna start to struggle. But behind the net, the Sabres go to the near side, and that struggle will probably come during the playoffs, I would bet, if they don't struggle before then. Top of the zone, Dahlin pass, shot, not gonna go, taken out by the Flyers. That's a big call. I know it is, but I've seen this script before. Deja vu, I've seen this place before. Team does incredibly well in the regular season, dominates everybody, gets points in just about every single game they play. The pass across, into the offensive end. Here come the Sabres, going to threatening opportunities. And that's what they can. But yeah, I mean, I've seen this script before. See, into the offensive end, the Sabres go to the near side. A chance, not able to get a clean shot, but passing across from Dahlin. Back over to Dahlin. Rips one, he shoots, he scores! The Sabres going to convert 2 for 4 power plays tonight. Wow. In a fight afterwards, hello. A lot of pushing and shoving after that last goal. Having he pushed away from the whole pile was Nick Seeler. He might get an instigation penalty. He might get an instigator penalty. Wow. Yeah. Seeler getting into it a little bit there with Josh Norris after that play. Seeler's not happy. He dropped a glove. So, we'll see. Let's take a look at that. What actually happened to lead to that? Backing around. So that's what happened. That's what happened. Jason Zucker got shoved into Urson. Got shoved into Urson there by Seeler. That's what happened. Man. He's reading your chat. I said they needed to work on the power play to win the cup. Yeah, like I said, they're 2 for 4 tonight. Part of that's because the Flyers have a pretty rough penalty kill themselves, but we don't have to mention that. But yeah, going back to my call about Colorado, I've seen this before. Look back at the Bruins. A shot not able to go. What was it, 2022 or whatever it was, where they won, they got like, what, 120 points or something like that? And then they immediately were first-round exits. I've seen this script before. Every team goes through that period of struggle. If you don't go through it in the regular season, you're going to go through it in the playoffs. It's going to catch up to Colorado. Working around the near side. McKinnon the same age as Crosby? I don't know that he is. I don't see. Let me see here. Nathan McKinnon. If a tie up on that far side corner. McKinnon's 30. No, they're not the same age. Crosby is, he's a little bit older. He's 38. So, over to the near side. So, Sabres going to move that puck up into the offensive end, taken back by the Flyers. And over to the far side they go. Moving around the near side again into the offensive end. The Flyers go back into the corner, down low along the near side. And over to the far side, the Sabres still back behind the net to the near side in the corner again. Up to the top of the zone, not able to go. And let's see. In the defensive end, going to send it around, or in the offensive end, going to send it around the net to the far side, and the Flyers going to clear it out of the zone. Over into the offensive end, it's going to be a 2-on-2 chance in front, not able to make anything happen out of it. Abel's in there, pass, shot, not able to go. And a nice save by Luukkonen. Him. Buffalo out in the first round. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think I'm probably going to make a YouTube short on this, making my call officially known to the public, in a YouTube short. But I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be this. Colorado's going to pull I think it was 2022 Boston Bruins. Wasn't it 22? Or who was it? I think it was. Let me see. Oh, man. Bruins. Yeah, I watched them play the Leafs. They're so fast, I can't see it. Yeah, it was the 2022-23. And they lost in the first round to Florida. So, I think what's going to happen is that you're going to see something very similar. I think we're going to see something very similar. Let's see. That was the year Florida run of the Cup. Yeah, versus Vegas. So let's see. I love the old Tim Hortons commercials, Crosby and McKinnon that used to do. Really pretty cool. Let me see here. The only reason I could see Colorado not losing in the first round is because they're probably going to be going up against, I mean, realistically, they're going to be going up against a wild card. So you're talking in the Western Conference, the wild cards are not going to be very strong. But again, every team goes through that period of, we're going to struggle. We're going to have that month where we're just not going to connect. We're going to have that little bit of time where we're just not able to. You know what I mean? Let's see. Penguins are responsible for the Florida Panthers run. Oh my gosh. So that's what happened. Wow. Let's see. Back in behind the net to the far side. I'll get to you here in a second. Let's see. Esla. To the far side into the offensive end. The Flyers go back in behind the net. The Sabres going to move around the near side. Let's see. If I had to take a team to win the Cup, though, I don't know that I don't think Detroit's going to do it this year, personally. They're going to be a thorn in the side. Buffalo could make the playoffs. I don't think they make a run. If I had to take a team right now to win the Cup, it's not going to go for the Flyers. But now a chance in front of dangerous area shot. Still maintaining passing across. Not able to go to the far side. And up to the top of the zone. Going to be maintained by the Flyers to the near side. I'll get to you in a second here after this dangerous situation ends. And it does end now. So the Sabres going to move it out. But yeah, if I had to take a choice, you know, Tampa Bay is a good option. They're getting hot right now. You know, I think it's going to be someone out of the Atlantic. Or it's going to be Dallas or Minnesota. It's going to be Dallas or Minnesota or someone out of the Atlantic in the top three. So that's kind of my thought right now. It's going to be either be Tampa Bay, Detroit, or Montreal. Or it's going to be Dallas or Minnesota. And we got a couple of fights breaking out after a big save by Urson. Krebs getting into it a little bit there with Michkov. But yeah, those would be the teams I would pick right now. It's going to be, I would say, one of those five. I had Tampa, too. The point just got injured. That is true. That is true. But even still, through that, the Lightning did play well yesterday against the Penguins. Well enough to get the win. And again, Pittsburgh is getting it together right now. So, I would put some stock into that win. Canadians can. I don't think Detroit's going to do it. If I take one team, I'd say it's one of four teams. It's going to be Dallas, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, or Montreal. Those are my top four right now for the Stanley Cup. Carolina could make a run. This could be the year, but Rod Brind'Amour has not had a lot of good success in the play. He's made a couple of series wins, but nothing more. To be an offside on the Flyers there. 3:06 to go in the second. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of where I think. That's kind of where I sit. Rod Brind'Amour has always had these struggles in the postseason. Florida, if they make the dance, can be dangerous. But again, they're going to have to get hot at the right time. They've been very meh to me this year. Florida's going to have to get hot at the right time if they want to have a chance at winning. Over to the near side, dumping it into the offensive end. The Flyers will to the far side again, into the corner. The Sabres trying to move it around the near side. And up to the top of the zone, getting ready to clear it out. They do. And hand pass. Hand pass on the Flyers. I was waiting for that. I knew that was coming. Canadians are fast, but I think they get bullied in the offs. Yeah, I mean, I could see. I could see them getting bullied in the playoffs. I mean, again, that's kind of where I think. So, okay. Yeah, that's kind of where my thoughts lie. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, enjoying the coverage, all that fun jazz, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel while you're here. We go live for hockey a whole lot, especially now that football's wrapping up. In the spring, we're going to be pretty much 95% hockey. Here we go. Moving up to the far side, and the Flyers trying to get possession, taken back by the Sabres in the neutral zone to the offensive end. They send it. Back and around the near side. Now, along the near side boards, Flyers trying to get control. They will. Off of the stick there of Hathaway. Over to the far side, clearing up and all the way out. And going to be right there to be frozen by Luke. And Hathaway getting into it. Oh, big little scrum after that play there. Got in there. Let's see. You got 44 to 73 is the one. Metza being the victim there of Deslauriers. And, man. Bryson getting involved as well. Go to the hat trick of the Stanley Cup. Has any team ever won back-to-back-to-back before? I don't believe so. At least not in the modern age. Back in the day when there were only a few teams, I think it did happen. But not really a lot as of late. So, the Meyer Gallant get a contract with the Pens. Will be available to play against Philly tomorrow. I did not. Oh, you're talking that kid, aren't you? I did. That kid. I saw that kid with a one-day contract. That was kind of fun. Go far side, top of the zone. The Flyers trying to maintain the zone, but it's going to be kicked out by the Sabres. Flyers still in possession, going to dump it in off the stick of Deslauriers. Yeah, that was awesome. Over to the near corner, down low to the far side. They're going to send it over to the far side, moving it up along the boards, trying to get it out, and they do get it out into the zone. And over to the far side, the Sabres trying to send it in, and we got a stoppage. A net issue as Luukkonen's net came out of position. We'll see. You will see. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome to see. All right. All right. Go ahead and close that. All right. So here we go. Back in behind the net. The Sabres with possession on the defensive end. Around the near side, along the corner, going to kick it out. And the Sabres will clear the zone successfully. Giving chase back into the corner to the far side. Tied up and moving it out the other way is going to be the Flyers off the stick of Grundstrom. Zone to the offensive end. Going to send it around the near side. And moving it up and out is Flyers from the top of the zone. Sending it down low. And right back off of the stick there of the Sabres. Up now to the near side. Zucker passing across. Can't connect. Far side. Flyers getting possession to the near side. Going to send it up through center. Into the offensive end they go. Off of the stick there. I believe it's off of Sanheim. Back in behind to the near side they go. Okay, the Flyers going to get possession with a chance. If they can break it away from the Sabres. Dahlin, or not Dahlin there. It's actually Powers. Far side. The Flyers come away with it in the offensive end. Down low he goes. Behind the net, trying to wrap it around. He's going to be denied, but still loose. Still in front, still loose, and eventually getting a big save. A couple of pushing and shoving there. This game is getting pretty ugly. Dahlin, Quinn in there, York involved. Oh, man, a lot of pushing and shoving after that play. You also got in there with Philadelphia, I believe, number 27, Noah Cates. Dahlin is going to be going to the sin bin after that one. All right. Man. Let's see. Grabankin getting a big shove there. Man, Grabankin doing a big shove there up against Benson. Benson defends himself. Dahlin then comes in and gets involved. So let's see what actually happens out of this. Yeah, Benson getting into it there. Then comes Dahlin to grab it. It's going to be an instigator. Or no, it's not Dahlin. I thought it was Dahlin, but no, it's actually going to be Benson. Here we go. Philadelphia power play. Again, the Sabres do have the 4th ranked penalty kill in the league. It's going to be tough for Philadelphia to make something happen out of this, but we'll see if they can. Secrets connect me out there. And ready to take the draw over on the far circle. The Sabres away with it to the near side, and they're going to clear it out of the zone all the way with 40 seconds to go here in the second period. Back in behind the net of Hurston, over to the far side. Working it up is going to be off the stick there, number 8, Cam York. Near side, working with it now, going to be Dvorak. Into the offensive end they go on the far side off of Konechny. Down low for Zegras to Konechny, back up top there to York. Gonna send it around, that's going to be off the near side, over across top of the zone to York. A chance, a shot, then not gonna go. Over to the near side, beautiful chances there for Zegras and the rest of the Flyers, but now Zegras on the near side boards. 7 seconds to go in the period, shot gonna go wide. 5 to play, 4, 3, 2, over to the far side. That's how this period's gonna come to a close with a score. The Buffalo Sabres 4, the Philadelphia Flyers 1. 16 shots on goal for the Flyers and 11 for the Sabres. Not a lot of shots on goal this period for Buffalo. Did not have a lot of zone presence this period. Taking a look real quick here at our shots on goal. And let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Shots on goal this period, 6 for the Sabres, 8 for the Flyers. So a relatively even period there. Oh. Hathaway gonna get a hit? Or is it Konechny? No, it's Hathaway getting hit for an unsportsmanlike. Gonna negate the penalty. Gonna have us go to some 4-on-4 action to start off the second period. Or the third period. Wow. That is big. An unsportsmanlike there? Wow. That negates about a minute 20 or about a minute 15 of power play time that the Flyers would have had. Wow. Let me move this down here. There's not really a good place for that during the intermission, so let's just go ahead and leave it off. Put it back up at the start of the third period. And did you want to see Pens rebuild soon? Trying to win? I think the Penguins right now are doing the best of both worlds. They are doing what they need to do to win, but they are also getting younger in the process. So you're doing a retool, so to speak, which is a half rebuild, which is actually working out. Getting younger, you got Yegor Chinakhov. Ben Kindle's been electric. He's still young. Ville Koivunen looks pretty good when he's up there. He has his moments when he's, been all right. He has his moments when he looks good. Been all right. Rucker McGroarty, same deal. You got a lot of young talent there on the Penguins. Even in your goaltending crew. You got Shilovs, you got Murashov in the minors. Good talent there. So they're doing a very good balance of both. I like what the Pens are doing right now. If I'm being completely honest, keep doing what you're doing. You're veterans. You're trading out some pieces that aren't quite working in your system for some young talent that works now. Trade some of your picks for what works now. Igor Chinakhov, sorry, I need to stop saying Igor. It was Igor, but they actually found out his name is actually Igor, and the Blue Jackets just said, screw you, we're adding a Y to your name for no reason. But either way, yeah, adding Igor Chinakhov was by far the best move the Pens could have done. By far. It was an incredible move. Chinakhov's been looking incredible, and again, I think the Penguins did the right thing. I think they are doing the right thing. I don't think they need a rebuild. They needed a new coach because, Sullivan was getting stale in Pittsburgh. But at the same time, they were doing what they got to do. They're making it happen. Yeah, they are doing everything that they need to do right now, and it's incredible. Like I said, everything that they're doing, chef's kiss. Looking around the league real quick, let's go ahead and see here. Kraken and Devils in the final 3.5 minutes of that game. Senators up 6-1. Gabe Perreault going to get a goal there on the shorthand, assisted by Mika Zibanejad and JT Miller. Right. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on the Penguins and how they're doing things. Let's see, what happened? Wow, we will see here. Let me see. We'll see. Let me see. Okay, just taking a look here. Let me see. Oh, Matias Michelli going back to Utah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we shall see as we are rolling at the intermission. Okay. Oh, let's see. He will see. Just taking a look as we have some time here. Tristan Bros reassigned to Wilkes-Barre Scranton to the 8th. Rumor Philly has another goalie stretch out of the parking lot. You know, not that injuries are good, but it was not a fact of them pulling him after 2 goals. It was due to an injury, which we don't like cheering for injuries, but at least it's an injury and not the fact that they pulled him for goals. Because that is a bad look. That is a bad look. That is what they say. But again, I mean, if we see another goalie in this third period, then we know it's something else. We know it's an odd injury. We know they're actually, doing what they got to do. But I don't know. I mean, at this point, the problem is that the Flyers need to be able to generate and convert on opportunity. They haven't been doing a clean job of that tonight. So that's what they need to do. And that's what they need to see happen. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another cough drop. We're gonna be starting off the third period with some 4-on-4 action. After the penalty there at the end of the period to Garnet Hathaway. Super unsportsmanlike. Shall see. Well, I did learn something yesterday. So I ordered this jersey and it came in yesterday, right? Sidney Crosby jersey. I got the Fanatics premium jersey. I didn't realize something. I didn't realize they came with something. He got a fight strap. He got a fight strap on him. Look at that. I can hook that up to a belt and all of a sudden I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to chuck some ducks. I think that's a cool attention to detail. Two goal limit per goalie. Both goalies allowed 2 goals. Who's next? Defenseman, biggest players, 4th line forward. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's how you know it's real jersey. That is a cool little feature, man. Like I was feeling something in the back. I'm like, is that what I think it is? I did some research. I'm like, yeah, it is what I think it is. It's a fight strap. But like honestly, hockey jerseys, that's where they're at. That's where it's at. If I'm being honest, like football jerseys, yeah, they're nice. And they feel nice. But hockey jerseys are the most authentic to the actual jersey you're going to get. Oh, man. Do you have any other team like in the NHL? Well, I'll pull for Buffalo. I mean, the underdogs, I like the underdog kind of team. I do support the Edmonton Oilers because I spent 4 years out in Fort Wayne, Indiana, going to college. Graduated from that over the summer. But I spent 4 years out in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I would go to, they have an ECHL team there, the Fort Wayne Comet. Oh, sorry. The Fort Wayne Comet! Which are the ECHL affiliate to the Condors and then to the Oilers. So I have that little Edmonton connection. So Oilers are kind of my second team, so to speak. I'll also pull for the Blues for John when they're playing, I got a buddy who's a Stars fan, so I'll pull for the Stars. But really, my top two, my Eastern Conference team by far, Penguins, born and raised in the Burgh, and then the Fort Wayne Comets for the Western Conference. Bandwagon, but that San Jose rebuild has been so fun to watch. Oh, absolutely. Macklin Celebrini leading that team. Anaheim's also another sleeper team, too. Anaheim, give them a couple of years, and they're going to be dangerous. This is my favorite Lightning second, Penguins third. Not because of Jason, I like Penguin, the Animal, and Crosby. John doesn't hate any team. Unless it's the LA Rams. Oh, man. Take a look here at something. Okay. I think he's doing very good. Oh, man. But we shall see. Let me go ahead and get a little... Okay. Let me take a look here. Oh, boy. I do not like Florida Panthers or Boston. Fair enough. Those markets get a lot of love. Those get a lot of love. You know, they're your original six, or they're Boston's your original six that never wants to die. And Florida just is winning too much as of late. Oh, man. Let's see. Let us see. And Kings are my 32nd favorite. Oilers are my 31st. Oh, man. Shall see. Shall see. Oh, taking a look here. Does he have some time on X? I think every Flyers jersey looks kind of the same. Flyers jersey do give off that same E vibe. The Penguins break the mold. Like, if this were an away jersey, the black would be white and the white would be black. It's basically like an invert, which is a pretty cool concept for like an invert jersey. But like, they did go in a completely new direction with the third jersey. I love it. I would have got the gold jersey. The problem is that they didn't have any of the gold jerseys in my size unless I wanted to get the custom jersey, which would have cost me $30 to get the same thing as a Sidney Crosby jersey. So we will see. Don't know about allegedly the oh, man. I love those memes where it's like you never know what anyone's saying. Wow. Rangers are booed off the ice in MSG after they allow 4+ goals in the 4th consecutive game. Wow. I'm not a big fan of that jersey. I like the previous one better. They won the Cup in 2016. Yeah, I mean, one of the big reasons I like it is that it also gives a nod to the Igloo. Like, there's shoulder patches on those jerseys that are a nod to the Igloo, the old Civic Arena, the Mellon Arena. It has many different names. It was technically the Civic Arena, but people would call it the Mellon Arena, the Igloo. You know, they got a nod to that with Igloo patches on the shoulders. I like that nod. Let's see. Let us see here. Taking a look as we have some time here on X. What happened? Whoa. Whoa. Cam Taylor Britt in a car crash where his vehicle flipped over after he crashed into a parked car. Nice. Wow, they beat the Blues at MSG. Rangers are so... I know, the Rangers are awful at home, man. So we'll see here. Oh, man. But we shall see. Oh, man. Again, they're looking at the Rangers and the Senators. It's bad. Jonathan Quick getting pulled in that game. Igloo Mountain Arena was the old Penguins arena. Yeah. I don't know if there's a current area still called the Igloo. It was the Civic Arena. It was also called the Mellon Arena. And that was where the Penguins played. And that was called the Igloo. I don't know if there's any other place called the Igloo anymore. But we will see. And look over here. How are we doing? How are we feeling, everybody? How are we feeling as we're at the second intermission here in Buffalo? Again, we do have coverage immediately following this game of the Golden Knights taking on the LA Kings. All right. Let's see. Let us see. Look, on X, we have a little bit of the fantasy matchup. How are we doing over there? Are we doing good? My opponent? Awesome. My opponent has Dylan Cousins on the bench, who has 5 points. Thank you. And my opponent is net negative 0.8 points. Let's see. He's a Penguins fan. You should know this joke. How does a penguin build its house? Oh, I can't say that I do. Oh, man. I can't say that I do. I'm up by like 15.4 so far. Okay. Oh, it uses Igloo. Oh my gosh, John. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oh man. Okay, just kind of taking a look on X. We have a little bit of time here. Oh yeah, Dante Moore gonna be staying. Gonna be staying with Oregon this week. Or this year. Came out today. Dante Moore, quarterback of Oregon, not gonna declare for the draft. Interesting decision on his part. He's gonna hold out to 2027. So we'll see what happens there. Igloo. Oh man. Oh my gosh, John. Go ahead and take a little reload here. Yeah, we are doing on X. If we got any news. Okay. Let us see. Not really seeing too much news right now. Let's see. Why did the Scarecrow get, why did the Scarecrow get an award? Why? Why, John? Okay. Yeah, why? Why did the Scarecrow win an award, John? Let me see. We're getting ready here for the third period of action out of Buffalo, New York. We are ready to rumble. Taking a look at that Flyers bench. Is it going to be Samuel Ersson in goal? We're about to find out. Have Hathaway with a big check there up against Benson. And that sent him to the sin bin. So we got some 4-on-4 followed by a short Buffalo power play. He's outstanding in his field. Oh boy. So here we go, ready to rock and roll. Face off at center ice, going to be won by the Sabres. Over to the near side, we have a little bit of minute 10 of 4-on-4. Up through the defensive end, trying to move it along the near side, up on into the offensive end, off the stick there of 2. Unable to control it over to the side, going to be maintained by Power into the offensive end, down low. Sabres going to send to the top side, Owen Power. Over the top of the zone to the near side, down low, pass, or working around across, going to pass it up, over to Power. Down low again, behind the net to the near side. Battling for that possession, coming away with it, going to be off the stick of Tuuk. Far side going to be taken out in the neutral zone by the Sabres. 35 seconds to go here on that 4-on-4. So you're trying to set up a little bit for the power play. And it looks like the Flyers going to take it away in the neutral zone to the offensive end. They go off of the stick of Emil Andre. Down low to the far side, back and across to the near. Going to be flipped out by the Sabres. Chase is going to be off the stick now of Drysdale. Up through center to the offensive end he goes. 8 seconds of 4-on-4 time. Over to the far side, passing across an open net, but delayed the shot. And take it over to the near side. We are now on to the power play. For another 40 seconds with 18:39 to go in the third period. Taking that stick, or puck is going to be Tage Thompson. Up through the near side, dumping it into the offensive end, backing around the far side corner, over to the near side. Top of the zone, passing across, going to send it down low. Trying to get to it is going to be Thompson. Puck gets cleared out. 24 seconds to go on that power play. Backing around to Luukkonen. That puck now to the near side. Up from Dahlin. Up through the neutral zone, up through center. Going to lose control of it, but going to send it back to Tate Thompson. 7 seconds to go on that power play. Probably not going to convert. And over through the center ice area into the offensive end. Passing across with a chance. Down low they go. Maintaining possession off the stick there. Zucker top of the zone to the near side. And the Flyers come to full strength. Why did I have the Flyers power play? It was a Sabres power play. But either way, no one converts. Up to the near side. Passing across. The Flyers trying to come away with it. And they will push it out at least for the time being. But the Sabres ultimately going to come away with it in the defensive end. Far side puck gets sent into the offensive end. Going to be taken back by the Flyers behind the net off the stick. Drysdale working with that puck now. Passing over to the near side along the boards. Flipping it into the offensive end off the body of Luukkonen. And a race to that puck. Zegras not able to outspeed the corner. Near side trying to battle for that puck. Going to be taken away here. And moved out into the Sabres offensive end. The Flyers take it back, trying to connect with Zegras. Could not connect, passing across into the offensive end. Tippett shot, not going to go. Over to the near side. Zegras over to Tippett. Shot again, not able to go. And going to get it frozen there off of the stick of Luukkonen. Now, I've never seen an NHL score like this. Also, what are these wacky logos for the Bills and Eagles? What? Oh, duh. Oh, NFL score like this. Oh my god. I misread that whole message and it botched the entire point of it. Oh my gosh. Man, just taking a look at the chances there. Oh, Dahlin in pain going to the bench. That's not good. Oh, here we go. Circle draw, won by the Flyers. Shot, not going to go. Over to the near side. Get back down in. Over to the far side, wrapping it around. Chance in front, loose to the near side it goes. Trying to battle for that puck. The Sabres going to flip it up in through the neutral zone. And it's going to be Buffalo. No ice, or icing, okay. I was about to say, they don't call icing on that. Oh, man, outspeeding on that is going to be number 9, Drysdale. Beaten out to get to that puck for the icing. Let's see. Okay. So here we go. All right. Again, just taking a look on X. We got some time. But here we go. Going to the one on the near side by the Sabres. Defensive end winning that draw. Over to the far side they go. Passing across to the near. Byram. Center into the offensive end he goes. Move around up to the top of the zone again. Flipping it out. Taken back by the Sabres. Far side through center into the offensive end they go. Looking to around the near side. And going to be battled around. It's actually icing. I didn't think that was going to be icing, but it was icing. Okay. Oh my gosh. I just realized that was Jonathan Quick got pulled just over halfway into his 800th career start. Actually, it's a penalty, actually, on Konechny going into the sin bin. So this is going to be the 6th power play opportunity for the Sabres. Sabres were batting 50% before that 40-second power play. So here we go, ready to roll. Your side zone, or far side zone draw in the offensive end. The Sabres going to win it. Top of the zone, sending it back along the far side, behind the net, down low. Going to break forward is going to be Byram. That was going to be 2 minutes for slashing. A chance in front, shot! But Urson able to deny it. The Flyers clear it all the way out. Giving chase now all the way back down. Going to be off of the stick there now of Dahlin. He's back on the ice. Good to back out there. Working with that puck now. Up on into the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Sending it around the near side. Trying to get it is Josh Doan. Back in behind the net. Taken by the Flyers. Picking it up. Up through center ice. And into the offensive zone they go. With a chance for the Flyers. Short-handed. Not able to go. We got a hand up. That's going to be a penalty on the Sabres. Two minutes for tripping against Bowen Byram. Wow. Got some 4-on-4 action now here. Konechny and Byram in the sin bins. 118 to 4-on-4. A very sloppy game penalty-wise. Very sloppy. Here we go. Here on the near side in the Flyers offensive end, Zegras. Flyers have won 23 faceoffs. They win their 24th up at the top of the zone. Passing across, trying to connect with Drysdale over to the far side. Along the boards down low, that is going to be Tippett. And a huge shout out there to Fatalist TV. Huge shout out to you, man. Over to the near side. The Sabres going to try and take it back in the area on the near side corner, sending it around the far side. Off the stick there of Power. Backing around to the far side, able to connect there with Matthias Samuelsson. Moving it up through the neutral zone they go, up on in, taken back by the Flyers. Into the offensive end, Zegras going to leave it there. Moving it in, a chance, a shot, denied. Around the corner, Zegras going to send it to the far side again. Up to the top of the zone, maintained there by Andre. And the puck going to go back out into the neutral zone. 30 seconds of 4-on-4 time. Then we're going to go to a Flyer power play. A brief one, but a power play nonetheless. Now over to the far side. Backing across to the near for the Sabres. Up through center they go here at KeyBank Center. And going to be taken back. The Sabres with the puck in the defensive end again. Far side. 10 seconds to go here on this 4-on-4. Dumping it into the offensive end now. Backing around the net to the near side. Down low. Battling for that puck. 3, 2. This is dangerous area there. But the Sabres able to come away with it as we go on to the power play. Around now along the far side. Sabres shorthanded opportunity. In the near corner. Working with it now. Going to be off the stick of Benson. Around that near side corner again down low. What a power, or what a penalty kill here for the Sabres. As they are going to send it all the way back down now. And that would have been about 40 seconds of power play time. Is going to be taken down to about 15 seconds by the time the Flyers finally get the puck for Andre. Up into the offensive end, Zegras with 12 to go on the power play around the far side boards. Moving it in, puck going to get taken away and kicked out by the Sabres. Into the offensive end, a chance, racing to move it in. Off the stick of Kozak. Bodies collide, and the Buffalo Sabres come to full strength. What a penalty kill by the Sabres there. Get up into the offensive end. Cates, and they're going to be offsides for the Flyers. Wow. That was one of the best penalty kills I've ever seen. We're going to look again. We got the Knights and the Kings at 10:22 p.m. Eastern. And we'll be live for that one. Tomorrow, Flyers at Penguins. Unfortunately, we will not be live for that one. As much as I would love to be, I got pre-commitments where I'm going to be at the church getting things set up for the stream on Sunday. I do help stream for the church. I gotta get, you know, music in. I gotta get notes in if we get them. All that kind of fun jazz. Take a look around the rest of the NHL while we have a moment. And the Rangers getting a second goal. That's going to be Perreault, assisted by Zibanejad and Miller. The Devils winning 3-2 on a Cody Glass game-winning goal. Or not Cody Glass. My bad. It was on a Nico Hischier game-winning goal assisted by the Hughes brothers in overtime. Is this the only stream tonight? No, sir. We got the LA Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights coverage of that coming up immediately after this game ends. Well, maybe not immediately. That game starts at 10:22. That stream probably going to start at up about 10:15 for the countdown video. Because we do have a new countdown video on this channel with some of our highlights from our previous games of the NHL season. So, you know, make sure you guys get into that stream a little early if you want to see some of them highlight videos. Again, 10:15 roughly start time on that stream. Gonna be here for the rest of this game, though, for sure. For sure. That Kings and Knights game should be a good one. The Kings are trying to vie for a playoff spot in the Western Conference. They were atop the division at one point, and then they have since come back to reality. They snapped back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. But yeah, that is kind of where things sit on that. The Knights team all been getting hot at the right time, climbing up the standings. So it should be a good one. Should be a good one. And this is the 11th game with 4+ goals since December 1st. 4th most in the NHL. 9-1-0 record in the previous 10 games. Wow. No, the Knights aren't crumbling. Kings have been crumbling. The Knights have been getting better. Here we go. Far side over to the near. The Sabres in the defensive end with possession up through the neutral end to the offensive end. They go. And sending it around the net to the near side to the top of the zone. Maintained there by, I believe that's Thompson, but either way, the Flyers come away with it along the boards. And it's going to be a penalty coming up against the Sabres. Oh my gosh. How many penalties this game? We have had 18 PIMs. 9 penalties across these two teams. Are you kidding me? Man. Come back, New York Rangers. David Perreault getting an unassisted goal to go up 7-2. Oh my gosh. Here we go, near side draw in the defensive end for the Sabres. Zegras going to take it up against McLeod. And McLeod going to lose it. Going to be Zegras on the winner over to the near side. And back down low, it's going to be Zach Metza, 2 minutes hooking. But either way, to the near side, battling in that corner. Going to be sent around from Byram. Over to that far side, the Flyers. Going to have to send it back out to the neutral zone. They go. Oh, hello! I have a sneaking suspicion the Flyers convert on this power play and go 1 for 4. Into the offense, then with a chance down low, wrapping around behind the net. Oh, a big hit along the boards. That is a bone-crushing hit, and the puck gets cleared out into the neutral zone. It's a miracle he got up and is still on the ice, man. To the offensive end, the Flyers go, working with it now, over to the near side, down low. Trying to pass it behind the net again, in front, chance shot. Hey, shoots and scores. Trevor Zegras on the goal, assisted by Travis Konecny. There's that goal horn again. So they will convert on the power play, 1 for 4 on the night. All right. There we go. The Flyers getting on the board again. But it might be a case of too little, too late. It might be a case of too little, too late. Ugh. Let's see, the Flyers making it only a 2-goal lead. So Philadelphia is still in this game. Whoa, that might have gone off I might have gone off the skate. We're gonna see if it's a kick or if it's a redirect. The fans don't like it. The fans think it should be no goal. but there is no challenge. And the faceoff going to be won by the Sabres over to the far side. Into the offensive end behind the net. Working it around to the near side. The Flyers trying to move it out of the defensive end. They will not. Maintain there along the boards. And now it gets cleared out to center ice. Flyers with the puck now. Working with it towards the offensive end. Going to be taken back by SHOWDOWN. Near side they go. Along the near side into the offensive end they go. Back in behind the net there of Urson. To the far side they go. Up to the top of the zone in the offensive end. Sending it around the corner. Again, loose in front of the net. Going to be taken right back out there by Nick Steeler to the near side. The fans are again not happy. We got boos raining down here, but over to the near side, off of the stick of Powers. The far side they go. The Sabres up through center. Over to the near side, trying to kick it out. They will into the offensive end. A race for that puck. Bodies colliding. And taking that puck away, going to be Alex Tuch. Over to the far side boards they go. It's going to be connecting and Tippett on the assist of that goal, by the way. Jansen front shot, not going to go. That shot there by Byram. On the far side again, or back in behind the net towards the near side. That puck up around again. In the corner, down low. Over to the far side, Tage Thompson looking for help. Take it up to the top of the zone. Chance shot. And a nice save by Urson. All right. A little bit of words being exchanged after that whistle. Warren puck was just past the corner. Pass came across the goal. Wow. Yeah, the Horn. ESPN's way ahead, man. ESPN is like way ahead. We shall see here. 10:57 to go here in this third period. Oh, here we go. Side draw, or far side draw, going to be won by the Flyers in the defensive end. Get up through center, into the offensive end they're going to go, but these Sabres are going to try and raise it back in behind with Dahlin. Tied up for that puck. Zegras trying to take it away as well, but the Sabres get it to the near side. Off the stick there, Tage Thompson, I believe it was, up on it through center. Back and sent back in by the Flyers. Area behind the net. And going to send it around that far side they go. Up, and the Sabres get possession. Never mind. Flyers take it back in the neutral zone. Passing over to the near side. Zegras with a chance. Looking for somewhere to go. Looking for some help. Back in behind for Konechny. A pass up front. Shot. Not going to go. As that puck goes bouncing around everywhere. Into the corner they go. Tied up for that puck. Back in behind the net. They're moving. And that puck eventually going to get jarred loose to the far side. Along the boards now, back in behind to the near side. Along the boards, moving it up to the top of the zone. Konechny, pass across. Taking it with speed, a shot. Oh, the post! Not able to go in. And with speed the other way. Gonna be sending it in off of the stick there. I believe that was off of someone. Over to that far corner they go. Moving around, still tied up in that corner. Off the stick now of Kozak. Backing around to the near side, top of the zone. Working with it. Going to be now from Byram down low. Over to that again. Another check being delivered, and again up to the top of the zone. Passing across. Not going to maintain the zone. And right back in by Matthias Samuelsson, but the Flyers get possession. Oh, here we go. Sides on the board, yes, sir. Over to the far side, moving it up through center to the offensive end. Here come the Flyers, not able to get that puck. Over to the far side, the Flyers trying to move it back in. And they'll keep it in for the time being. Passing up across on the near side. Shot by Andre. Going to go wide right. Up to the top of the zone. The Sabres going to flip it up. But maintained in by the Flyers. Into the corner down low. They're going to battle. Off of the stick there of number 27. That's going to be off of Noah Cates. And big check along the board to the near side. The Sabres going to clear it out of the zone. Up and again through center. And it's going to be icing on the Sabres. Okay. Let's see here. Taking a look, we have a goal update. The Rangers, Noah Laba. Power play goal assisted by Lafreniere and Morrow. All right. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Near side draw. In the Flyers offensive end after the icing. Taking the draw, going to be won by the Sabres off of Tage Thompson. Far side they go. Up into the Oh, no, they're going to pass it back again. Got only 12 minutes of ice time tonight. Wow. Far side they go. 8:34 to go in this one, and rolling into the offensive end. Back in behind the net of Urson. And going to be taken out by off of the stick of York. To the offensive end, the Flyers go with a chance. Try to move it around off the stick of Grundstrom. And again, a nice save, a nice freeze by Luukkonen. Okay. All right. Oh, here we go. 19 left in the third. And Matthias Samuelsson. New career highs in goals, assists, and points. Him this year so far. As the Flyers are trying to design up some sort of play. But a big lead he got into his points in the first. Probably managed top. Yeah, exactly. Just minimize your chance of injury. Minimize the ice time on that. Let your bottom line do the work they got to do. You know what I mean? But I do get that. I do get that philosophy right there. I'd do the same thing. I would do the same exact thing. We'll see. We'll take a look on X. We have it. Oh, man. We'll see. Sucks for fantasy. It does. It does. And Verizon's still having some issues today. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Verizon's been having a lot of issues today. Got me 1750. What? Wow. Wow. 15.8. Oh my gosh. So we shall see. Look again. Over to the near side. Flyers win the draw on the offensive end. Top of the zone. Shot by York. Going to go off the pads and wide to the far side. All right, now going to be off the stick there of Sanheim. Backing around. Taken back by the Sabres. Up to the near side. Up into the neutral zone. All the way into the offensive end. Got to try and beat out that icing. They do. Nice speed there by Zach Benson to beat out the icing. Along the near side boards. And going to be sent back in. Back in behind. Benson worked behind the net. But a big pressure there. Big pressure by Sanheim. Tied up again in that corner, up to the top of the zone. And Flyers sending it back down low, trying to regroup space back in behind the net to the near side. For York. That's from Konechny to York. Up through neutral ice, in towards the offensive end. If they can control it, they're going to send it, but not able to control it. Over to the far side, back over to the near from Byram. Working it up the Sabres with possession. Up through center. And we got now, it's going to be, I thought I heard a horn, but I did not. Over to the far side, over to the near. Working with that puck, dumping it into the offensive end. The Flyers will off the stick. And over to the far side, we got a whistle. All right. Taking a look who the Steelers signed to reserve future contracts. Nothing really big standing out to me. Didn't come out saying that, so I want to take a look. Oh, goals are 5 and assists. That's why. I was about to say. In the ESPN Fantasy League, goals are worth 2 and assists are worth 1. Brother must have had like 7 goals. Here we go. Into the offensive end. The Flyers go. Can they maintain control off the stick of Juleson? Back in behind the net. Tied up and going to be taken away by Dahlin. Maintain it. Dahlin around the far side boards. Clearing it up all the way into the neutral zone. Here's your chance in the offensive end. Gonna not have anywhere to go. That was going to be off the stick of Metza. Or, no, not Metza. My bad. It was actually Jack Quinn. But either way, puck gets cleared all the way back. Get possession of the defensive end. Over to the far side. Trying to move it around. Taken back by the Flyers. Back in behind the net. And we got a whistle. Only against Philly. 2 minutes for roughing. Wow. Another power play. That is, I think, like 7 or 8 power plays now for the Sabres. Steelers going to the sin bin. 2 minutes for roughing. Take a look. Oh, that's your penalty right there. Sealer comes down on him with the butt end of the stick. That's maybe how they get it, but I think that's just a hockey play. Here we go. Far side draw for the Sabres in the offensive end. And that faceoff going to be won by the Flyers over to the near side. Going to clear it out. Oh, here we go. Through center, now to the near side. Into the offensive end from Dahlin. Over there to Josh Doan. Back in around the near side. Down low to the top of the zone. Sabres going to send it. That's going to be to Tage Thompson around the near side again. Off of the stick there of Ostland. Help back to Ostland again. Ostland back down low. Pass in front towards Doan. Not able to connect on a clean shot. Over towards the near side. And the puck goes up into the crowds. After a nice stick deflection there. Ozzy's Yahoo, he likes soccer. He did soccer fantasy, scoring for goals and assists. Okay. So they are still having a 10-22 puck drop for the next game. Be a very quick turnaround for me. We'll make it happen. Over to the far side, back over to the near. Going to clear it out. The Flyers do. And going to be there for Luukkonen to the near side is Dahlin going behind the net to the far side. Now moving it up through to the near side into the offensive end. Doan to Thompson. Thompson trying to hit across, not able to connect. Going to be taken out now by, I believe that's York into the offensive end. He's going to send it. Trying to get a shorthand rush, but going to be taken by Rasmus Dahlin. Got a clean opportunity. Going to let the Sabres have this one. Up through center into the offensive end. Tage Thompson going to send it around. Taken back by the Flyers. Here comes your 2-on-2 rush on the shorthanded opportunity. Passing across. Luukkonen going to redirect that pass. Going to be sent around from Doan along the far side boards. Back down low again. Behind the net there, Owen Power over to the near side. That puck up. And it's a loose puck over to the near side. In the defensive end, the Sabres not able to generate a lot of opportunity on this power play. To the far side, and the Flyers send it right back out again. 23 seconds and 5 minutes to go in this period. 23 seconds left in that power play. 5 to go in. Over to the near side, moving it along the boards. Up through center, the Sabres into the offensive end. 12 to go on that power play. And tied up along. Now it's going to be at the top of the zone. With it is going to be McLeod. Sending it around. Shot. Not going to go. And the puck goes way up in the air. Lands on the corner. And the power play is going to expire. And it's going to be sent around to the far side. The Sabres with possession. Along the boards down low. Off of McLeod behind the net. Taken back by the Flyers. 4:26 to go in the third. Get up into the neutral zone. Up into the offensive end. They're going to try and go. But going to be taken right back there by Jack Quinn behind the net over to the near side. Going to move it up off of Byram. And the Flyers trying to take it back into the zone, but the Sabres take it back in that defensive end. Along the far side into the offensive end they go. Ready to move it in. Back in behind the net of Urson. And going to be taken out there by, it's going to be Michkov. By the Flyers up through center, passing across towards the offensive end. Not much having there, and the Sabres are going to take it right back up to the offensive end. Going to be played back nicely by Emil Andre. And the Flyers going to be working with Zegras. Not able to maintain that control. Going to be Dahlin sending it around the far side for the Sabres. Tied up now along the near side corner. And the puck clears the zone. That puck is going to be Emil Andre. Wing-to-wing pass over to the far side. 3:28 to go in the period. So, Drysdale. Looking for some room. Over to the far side. Erson going to be pulled. Going to be offside. So we're looking at the empty net coming up. Looking at the empty net coming up here soon. Okay. And Biz getting a lot of attention over there in the box in between benches. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and take a look here. They are going to yet another commercial. Let's take a look around the league. The Rangers making it 7-4, but that's pretty much over. Alexis Lafreniere, assisted by Panarin and Stussy. In the meantime, I'm going to start getting set up for the next stream because I'm not going to have a lot of time to set up. Let's go ahead and erase the whiteboard over here. Ah, my shoulder hurts. Ah. All right. There we go. Cleaning up the whiteboard. So it's ready for use for that Kings Knights game. Okay. My markers, there are. Yeah, we are getting things set up for that next stream coming your way here after the game wraps up. Let me double check who's on the road and who's at home just to make sure I have it correct. Golden Knights at the Kings. All right. And the Kings. A royal matchup, if I do say so myself. I do dare say it is a royal matchup. All right. Blood Senators game about to go final. They got 49 seconds to go there. So here we go. The Flyers with the puck now over to the near side. Into the offensive end they go. To the far side. Going to be taken back by the Sabres. Dump it out. And it's going to be icing on the Sabres. So still having that empty net here. Let's go ahead and put that up for the Flyers. Third, John. I do dare say it's a royal matchup. Oh, man. Kings versus the Knights. Here we go. Draw going to be won here by the Flyers. The top of the zone. Down low again. A chance to pass in front of the net. Loose over to the far side. Trevor Zegras. Top of the zone now going to connect with Sanheim. Far side. Top of the zone again. Zegras. Sending it towards the net. Not going to go. And a nice save by Luukkonen. 2:46 to play. All right. Take a look here. Go ahead and give this a little reload as we do. As we have some time. Okay. So here we go. Play here in the third. He's up on the far circle. Going to be won by the Sabres from the defensive end. And going to clear, but the Flyers able to get possession off of the stick there of Drysdale. Now over to Zegras into the offensive end. Going to try and move it to the far side with a chance. Konechny looking for some help. Not going to find it. At the top of the zone it goes. Working now. That's going to be from Drysdale. Along the near side. That's going to be off number 74. Tippett. Cross ice again. Zegras shot. Not going to go. Goes wide to the far side. Looking to move that puck up to the top of the zone. And we got a penalty on the Sabres. We're going to have a two-man advantage. Wow. So we have a double two-man advantage here for the Flyers. Wow. We're also going to be very tight on time between this stream and the next stream. It's going to be a very quick turnaround. Puck drop on the other game is going to be in 14 minutes. So here we go. Philly going to use their timeout with a power play and an empty net. In the meantime, let me go ahead and pull up my other things. Pull up my things on Daily Faceoff here. We need the Los Angeles Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. Go ahead and pull these up. Vegas Golden Knights. All right. go ahead and start working through these teams so that we're good to go for that next stream, because it's going to be an incredibly tight turnaround. 9:49:61, 9:40. Beautiful. 1993. 1993. There we go. 26, 48, 55. 25, 10, 23, 42. 10, 23, and 42. We need to write you down. All right. Number 40. Okay. Oh, face-off, going to be one over the near side, taken by Tippett and the Flyers. A wing-to-wing pass to the far side, top of the zone. Shot! Not going to go by Drysdale to the far side. And the Sabres going to send it out all the way down to a 1 to play. Flyers with possession. Tippett going to go back in front of his net. On that pressure, going to be McLeod trying to take that puck away, but over to the near side it goes. Flyers with Zegras up into the offensive end. Going to send it around that far side. Trying to wrap it around the near side, up to Tippett again, cross ice, pass to Drysdale. Drysdale over here to Zegras, down low again. That's going to be back up again to the near side, going to connect with Drysdale down low. And a chance now, going to be Tippett, looking for somewhere to move it. 1:29 to go, 1:13 on the power play. Over to the far side, Flyers, that's Zegras, trying to send it, shot denied. Loose over to the far side, they go again. Moving it up top of the zone to the near side. Zegras with a chance. Moving it around back over to Drysdale. Pass. Shot denied. Loose again to the near side. I think we might have our empty net goal as we had 65 seconds to go here in this game. Over around the far side. Top of the zone they go. Moving it around down again. A chance. They go back to the top of the zone. A shot. And that's going to be denied. Over to the far side. Zegras. Looking to move it again. Top of the zone. Shot denied again. From the defensive end, trying to move it out. Going to be taken back by the Sabres. And here comes your empty net goal. And there it is, 5-2. That going to be by number 71, Ryan McLeod. All right. That is going to be 5-1. Let's go ahead and take off the empty net. Still going to be on the power play, though. All right. Go ahead and go back over here real quick just to take a look at the defense. 2, 5, 6, 15, 5, 6, 17, 27. Beautiful. Now we got to look at the Kings. As the Sabres able to just get that easy empty net goal to put this one away for sure. 36 seconds to go. Over to the near side. Going to go back in behind the net. Verson be taken there. Then Sabres fans are elated at this. And here they go. Moving it up through center to the offensive end. Going to be deflected by Lukin into the far side. 20 seconds to go in front of the net. Trying to get it back in the back of the net for the Flyers. Over to the over to the area behind the net. Tied up for that puck. Play with it. Still tied up right behind that net. Down with 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this one is over. Final score going to be the Buffalo Sabres 5, the Philadelphia Flyers 2. Shots on goal, 14 for the Sabres, 22 for the Flyers. And that is how this one is going to come to a close. Buffalo going to go, what is that now, 14-2 in their last 16 games. What an incredible mark. The Flyers going away defeated. Now are going to be angry after 2 straight relative blowout losses. 5-1 and 5-2 against the Lightning and the Sabres in back-to-back games. Now they play tomorrow against the Penguins. I believe it's in Pittsburgh, by the way. And tomorrow's game is going to be a desperation match. As if the battle for Pennsylvania didn't have enough stakes as it is, this is going to be potentially 4 playoff lives. That is going to be big. Big, big. But with that being said, I am going to wrap up this stream so we can get the next stream started. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And stick around because you guys will automatically be redirected to our coverage of the Vegas Golden Knights and the LA Kings. With that, I'll catch you guys over there in just a few minutes